What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. It is Friday, April 18th, but what is more important than anything? It is WrestleMania weekend. We have finally made it. Yes, we have made it to the granddaddy weekend of them all, where the boyhood dreams come true.
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania 41 is upon us. It's true, it's true. But as we start every show, Maggie, I already heard before we start the show, but how you doing?
Yeah, I was pretty vocal with Rob before we started the show because I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about something else at the beginning of the show. My bosses suck. Because, we as wrestling fans know how hectic this entire week is, correct? So, I need to, and also I'm a woman, so I need to plan everything up until the last second in my head. Everything that I have to do, everything I need to watch, everything I need to read, etc., etc. And all the notes I have to take also, and everything. And then I'm at home on my day off yesterday, and suddenly I get a text in the group chat from work, and one of my colleagues, my baby sister, she's like, okay, so what time do we need to get to work according to the new special Eastern time work time that we have for the bar? And I'm like, excuse me, what is this? What? And then I check up our Facebook page because we still use Facebook here, and then I see that we have a special work hours during the Easter holidays, and none of us knew that.
Oh,
yeah, our bosses came with this decision, reached this decision and everything, and they just decided to post it on Facebook without us even knowing. And I'm like,
yay.
Okay, so what does this mean? What time do I need to go to work on Friday? And as it turns out, I have to go to work 1 hour later, but I have to leave 1 hour later as well. And I'm like, well, fuck off. Because no one asked me if I could. I'm doing this right after work. So this was kind of annoying. And this is the third time this week that something happens and they tell it on Facebook, and I don't use Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
I hate it. And I'm like, why do people know stuff and I don't? I work here and I'm working right now. And people are telling me stuff from Facebook. I shouldn't be forced into using Facebook. I'm not getting paid enough to use Facebook, Yeah, so this was the entire day. Thankfully, because from the beginning of the year, I asked one of my boss to have this Sunday off just so I can watch Stand and Deliver and night 1 of WrestleMania, and then on Monday watch night 2 of WrestleMania before I go to my night shift. And then he forgot. And yeah, in the work schedule, I was working on Sunday the day shift, and I'm like, I asked for this day off 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, okay, if no one can take your shift, we're just not gonna work. Like, the bar will be closed. And I'm like,
Okay.
No. What? What is happening? So I'm just incredibly pissed off. Of course they had to ruin this entire week for me, as all the wrestlers in PR are doing right now. So and you're gonna have to talk about that because I've been working and I have no idea what everyone's talking about.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. It is gonna be fun. It's gonna be
It's gonna be fun. So guys, hi, this is the wrestling show, and this is me saying it because the brand new hype video that our friend Supi did for this today's show is one of my all-time favorites. Speaking of Supi, he did celebrate his 40th birthday this yesterday, the day before. I want to say yesterday. Our whole love goes out to Soupy. This show wouldn't be the same without Soupy. We appreciate you a ton. We love you. We appreciate you. And we're sending you all of our hugs. Everyone, say hi to Soupy in the chat. So, like I said, hi guys. This is a wrestling show. Rob, you have something on your forehead. Yeah, you took it off. Thank you. No, it was right before your hat. It was a little black. Yeah, thank
probably
you.
like
This is the wrestling show, guys. Hi. It's really lovely to see all of you in the chat. I'm so glad Brian is here because last week she wasn't and I had anxiety because she wasn't here. Guys, please leave a like on the video. It is the most wonderful way in which you can support us. It is also for free. So please hit the like button. We appreciate you a ton. Please share the video on social media. If you're on Twitter or Facebook, you see the little live stream. Share that also. You can send us a donation, a super chat at the bottom of the YouTube live chat, a little $sign, or you can send a humper chat at humperchats.com. All of your chats and all of your donations are incredibly appreciated. I've been living off of eggs and bread for the past 2 weeks. So yes, please, please help me. You can also subscribe to Fightful Select. The easiest $5.99 you're ever going to spend about wrestling. A lot of scoops, a lot of rumor killers. Everyone that aggregates everything that from Fightful Select. Most of it is from Sean's Q&As. The most aggregated stuff from Sean's Q&As. And if you subscribe to Fightful Select, you'll get it firsthand with clarity. Yeah, what?
Well, I was gonna say, on Twitter it is, but like off websites, it's mainly like from transcriptions and stuff that.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. So yes, please subscribe to this very channel, Fightful Overbooked, and please subscribe to Fightful on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok, and on Instagram. Please follow us. We appreciate you a ton. Again, leave a like on the video after the stream is done. When you're watching on demand, please leave a comment below. It helps a lot with the algorithm for YouTube because YouTube hates us. We have a minimum of one video a day, and that obviously sucks for YouTube. I have no idea how, but it's incredibly, incredibly irritating. So now we can dive into all of the WrestleMania shenanigans that we have going on. Ryan sent a super chat. Ryan, hello, sweetie. I've missed you so much. How are you doing?
Yeah, he says Good Friday, more like Bad Friday for WWE PR. Yeah, so we're gonna get into that here.
Does anyone know how Jesus is feeling after he died on a crucifix, and now the day that he did, we're calling it a Good Friday?
Well, I'm not going to talk religion, so because we don't have a PR department here at Fightful, so
I know.
Stick this one out. Well, we do, but it's I'm going to stick this one out. Yeah.
Supposedly,
it's probably just wise for me.
Yes,
but yeah, it's been an interesting week, and there's so much to say about what happened, like just from different aspects. I mean, good God, you had so many things. Like there's, I'll give you a short list, okay?
Please.
They mentioned AEW a couple of different times, and I'll explain how they did that.
Yeah, I need explanation there.
Yeah, the Stephanie McMahon and the no douchebag policy.
Excuse me, what?
Just we'll get into that. Jay saying that Jey Uso is a bad wrestler. Picking on internet fans. We'll get into that.
Okay.
There's picking on internet fans, talent declaring their political support, and John Cena kissing Vince's ass.
Internet fans suck. So
but I mean to an extent. I mean, I know what I know what it was, the content or the context rather that
Okay,
it was.
okay.
That's what's important here. You had John Cena kissing Vince McMahon's ass, and then
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you had the benching of talent comment that falls under the AEW stuff as well. But yeah, it was pretty interesting stuff, and yeah, so it's enjoy getting your first tattoo. Nice.
Jason, what is your first tattoo? Is it the American Nightmare? Is it on your neck?
Yeah. I'm hoping it's like I hope it's not a Fightful logo on the neck, because that'd be kind of weird. But,
No,
I mean, I'm all
exactly like the Fear Factory logo, and they're
I mean, I'm all for it. I just said it.
fine, I guess. Soupy, I need a picture of the cake you ate yesterday, please. Please.
What's your name? Anyways, sorry, I am a child. We just know.
You are a boy, Mister.
I'm a bad boy. Bad boy. What you gonna do?
Bad to the bone. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
See, I got the Rob Yep, there we go.
Yeah, you broke Brian for a bit. Yes, now I need explanation for all of them. Like, what the hell?
And I will get you those here shortly. I will.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot going on. I mean, this weekend, last night you had Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, and the reason I've been kind of holding on this PR stuff is because I'm bringing on a PR expert as she takes a drink of her coffee.
I do. It's already been one of those kinds of days. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi,
as they
Maggie.
bring on Ryan Sullivan's enemy. See, I didn't tell Maggie that I was bringing.
No, Rob never
on.
tells me that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because it's fun. And plus, I wanted Ryan Sullivan to stick around because now he'll probably leave.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But
so
you want to talk about calamitously disastrous people. That's one of them.
Before we get to talk about that, your hair is lovely. The color of your wall, Rob, the color of your wall is awesome. And your room, oh my God.
I'm sorry,
Thank
Brent.
you so much.
I'm sorry. We do have to talk about it though.
It's funny because of them, nobody's talking about WrestleMania going into WrestleMania. You know what I mean? So I understand being fatigued on it. I've been making graphics for this stuff for Fightful. I'm tired of being like, so-and-so said this about this person and took shots at this and did this politically, and this person loves Vince McMahon still. Like, from specifically a strategy side, I hope you guys find the strategy part of this interesting, because I understand being burnt out on the reading what's been said stuff, but like what's interesting is how calamitously bad the actual strategy going into it is. For people who don't know, like, I've had a media relations background for 10 years. I worked with people in sports. I've worked the NFL Combine and the NFL Draft before for things. I've been doing strategy for a really long time, including to C-level suite people. So when I see things that I literally learned in PR 101 being betrayed, it kind of boggles my mind. And it's a $1 billion company, so it's not that they don't have the media relations resources, right? It's that they have some people there who either don't care or aren't coachable. And I think that that's stirred up quite a weird week for WrestleMania.
It did, didn't it?
It did. But
yeah, it's been.
I don't know if there's anything specific you guys want to hit on, but it's weird how it's been all week, and it's weird how it's been all bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like,
I swear, every year it's something. It's either before WrestleMania or before the Rumble. I will not forget just how deflated I was during last year's Royal Rumble, because right before the Rumble, all the Vince stuff came out. And Rob and I didn't do our show because I didn't want to talk about wrestling whatsoever, because I was so bummed out.
It was weird because I was on my flight to leave for the Jericho cruise, of all things. Like, I was getting ready for the cruise. I didn't know that cruise was going to be scheduled for the same weekend as Royal Rumble, obviously. And then when it was, I was like, well, I guess I'm not watching or going to Royal Rumble. I'm going to be on a boat. And then while I was on the flight, I was getting texts from, because Jeremy Lambert is such a wonderful human being. Sorry to break down the kayfabe for you.
Yeah,
he was like,
wow, kayfabe,
I know.
brother.
It's hard. I'm still picking on Ryan, so I feel like I can say nice things about Jeremy. I'll never say nice things about Joel, but Jeremy messaged me and said, before I publish this, like, and I just wanted to make sure that like a woman reads this and feels like I did right by them. And he of course did, but that was I was like getting ready to go to Florida to leave for vacation. And that's what happened at Royal Rumble with this. It's like, more like kayfabe. It's all their own doing, which is really weird. Like that was in a different sense, but this is just manufactured and unforced errors. Like, the shots that got taken at AEW earlier in the week. I made like a list of stuff, because I'm a nerd about this. Like I find it so interesting, but there's
Lists
a couple of
rules and everything. Like
I love rules and I love media strategy, but like the things that Nick Khan was saying about AEW, and I kind of applaud AEW's response of, let's just go put on one of the best shows we've ever had. I thought that was actually really well done. They kind of were like, let's just tear it down and do what we do best. But the comments about benching people being something that are so easily debunked.
Fact checked.
Fact checked, which Sean gave a great list. I think it's extremely silly when you consider Alexa Bliss she's in town, so who knows? But like, she came back to the biggest Royal Rumble pop and has been benched. Obviously, the women's tag picture is always a mess. Chelsea Green's not on the Mania card, and those people aren't benched. But that tag gauntlet they were trotting out and making makeshift teams for that had never teamed together for contendership. It's ridiculous. So that I thought was comical. The little brothering of Tony Khan and making fun of him for using his dad's money to start the company when TKO is also a company of billionaires and Triple H is married to a billionaire's daughter, and that's why he's in the position he's in. And that company was literally started from Vince Sr. handing it off to Vince Jr. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like the ideas from a PR standpoint are, if you are number one in your market, you certainly don't give your number two or any of your competition so much spotlight that they're taking away from your talking points, meaning your road to WrestleMania and talking about the biggest event in your company's, arguably in your company's history, like you should not be giving any spotlight to your competitor. That's just not what you do when you're number one. If you're number two and you punch up, I don't like it, but there's value in that because you're getting eyeballs that you might not otherwise get. And they're eyeballs that are already interested in your product. The other thing is you don't take shots that are easily debunked by stuff that's in your own backyard. That's just like such a basic PR principle. And I think AEW did something really cool in that last year. It felt like, they showed the Punk footage and there were times where Tony Khan seemed really rattled by things. And this time they just said, you know what? We're going to open our show with two former women's WWE talent. We're going to let them show out for like 20 minutes. And while they aren't letting women main event WrestleMania, this wasn't the main event, but it kind of was. You know what I mean? I think they led with that so that if people were watching, it would pique their interest and it would have some familiar faces. And they've been on a string of women's main events. Like both Collision and Dynamite have had some women's main events. So when you look at the WWE side and you look at the triple threat that's main eventing night one that has no stakes on it, it's just like a Paul Heyman love triangle. And neither of your Royal Rumble winners are main eventing. That's kind of interesting to me. But then the calamity just continued. Like, what'd you say?
The first year, neither of the
nights.
Royal Rumble. Yeah, for 2 nights. And it's 2 nights. Like, you could have done something.
And then you have Stephanie McMahon saying her podcast has a no douchebag policy, and her first guest is a guy who publicly slapped his wife in public, and there's video evidence of it. My favorite one is this one because it just shows you that like there are some people that just can't be coached. Triple H saying that Jey Uso is not the best in the ring, but charismatic was my favorite blunder that they made.
He said, what?
He said, I think it was not the best in the ring was the exact wording. He's your Royal Rumble winner. He's facing Gunther. And you could just say, there's so many ways around that, right? There's so many ways to say his greatest strengths are his charisma and his ability to invite people in. Like, why are you going out of your way to say someone is bad in the ring? It's mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling to me. And then the thing
He
that I
fucking
think
said what?
let's look that one up.
Yeah.
Triple H, Jey Uso, not the best in the ring. It's been a week, Maggie.
It has.
He's not the greatest. He isn't the greatest in-ring performer, but he has charisma and likability that lets people in.
Excuse me?
Right?
Yeah.
If he just said the second half of that,
Okay.
just to say the nice part.
It's as
It's
if
wild.
I'm listening to my bosses explain me. Okay? This sucks on so many levels. Okay? This is your Royal Rumble winner who's about to dethrone one of the people that you somehow managed to ruin, in my point of view, but like Gunther, Walter, whatever you want to call it, as one of the biggest badasses and bad guys that you ever portrayed in recent years, because you've built Gunther to be this nonstop rock that no matter how much you want and how much passion you have, you cannot climb because it's Gunther and he will slap you so hard. And like, and then all of a sudden, yeah, he's not good, but he's totally gonna win because you guys love the guy.
Yeah,
That is exactly what he said.
Yeah, and it's I can't imagine how Jey Uso would feel about that comment. But on top of that, it's just if you had just said that his greatest strengths were his charisma and likability, like you just went out of your way to knock down your own talent for no reason. Like it's such an unforced error, just an unforced error that there were constant shots about picking on the internet fans. And I just think it's really interesting from a PR standpoint that the internet reaction has mostly been that this WrestleMania build has been lackluster and not very good. And gee, why wouldn't he want people? Why wouldn't he want casual fans thinking that wrestling fans have any validity to their opinions? He said, be a fan, not a critic. Like, be a fan just means, in his eyes, I guess, like whatever we give you, you're not allowed to have an opinion. Because that's basically what he said.
Yes.
And it's just, he did the same thing when he took shots at not just Fightful, but PW Insider and Pro Wrestling Media, when he didn't want you to believe what was coming out that would be controversial, right? So his consistent pattern of trying to discredit audiences or medias that are having at least a single analytical or critical thought about what's going on or delivering that information is just not only a bad PR strategy, but like the long-term damage that can do, right? Because someone like Sean, who actually does things the right way and handles things the right way,
allegedly,
and is credible, if that's the people that you take off, then what happens? That information gets disseminated down into people who are doing things the wrong way. So we're just doing some PR analysis. Hi, Sean.
oh boy. Listen,
I'm mostly behaving.
I saw, I mean, this
I'm
seems
not.
like Endeavor UFC playbook. And I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I got out and away from MMA because of the fan base there. Like, that's why I don't cover it anymore. They're horrible. Horrible people. I'm not saying completely, but I got to take this call. BRB.
Oh.
Yo.
Not kidding. Not kidding.
I was like, whoa.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, I was like, wait. Keep it going, though. We want to hear this.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He was about to give you a scoop in real time there, I think.
Yeah, gotta take this call. Yeah. Like, whoa. I'm like,
This
no.
This was probably this was probably Biggie because he's been out scooping Sean.
I
during
know.
WrestleMania.
My
Oh,
gosh.
it's so good.
This is how I explained it in a tweet yesterday. You know, there's the hold my beer, and then WWPR is like hold this real American beer car. So that was my. That's pretty much what it like came down to. They're like, watch this. Let's see what else we could do.
Like in addition to all of that, the where you sit politically is one thing, but having your talent, I understand the benefits of the entity of WWE aligning themselves with the right or Trump or whatever. I can understand that, but having your talent do it, there's nothing to be gained because you can lose a lot more than you can win in that sense. You can lose a lot.
It was very
more than
rude of
win
you
in that
all.
sense.
Very rude of you all. That's why I came in here and just interrupted Kate.
What the heck,
Very
man?
rude. This is the first soda I've drank in like 2 months.
Is this Coke?
Is it a root beer?
Listen. Everybody knows I got a Coke problem. Everybody's very, very aware of that. As 3 people who have spent time with me during pay-per-view weeks, I can say I hid the drug habit pretty well, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Well,
You have
whether it
more of
be
a frosted root beer problem
New
than a Coke
York or
problem.
Philly or England or Minnesota, no matter the temperature, anything, I was able to hide it. Go figure.
No. More of a
Yeah, I'm
Monster
getting-
Energy problem.
So I've actually cut that in half over the last month and a half since 2 months since my health issues. Listen, not to plug them because our deal with them ran out, but this stuff legitimately helped me. They sent it to me and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that because I need to cut back on my caffeine before my heart explodes. But
Yeah, we don't want that.
I don't want that. But I'm about to put the Joel Pearl Media Day interviews together. They are all going up on Fightful immediately. I'm going to have the audio up for early subscriber or early access on Select as well. But man, what a day. I've got a bunch of Select stories coming also.
Please do not touch your hair for the rest of the day because it looks like you have devil horns. Just don't touch
I
it.
do. That's
Don't
me.
touch it. That's
MJF
perfect.
could never.
Yes.
MJF could never
Yes.
with the devil right there. We love that.
How do you feel like Biggie outscooping you?
I mean, I don't think that Miro is going to face Randy.
I hope it's Malachi. So
I don't know who it's going to be. I sincerely don't. I
As
do
long
have some
as it's
details
not
on what
solo.
opens and closes the show, though, and some bands that are going to be in town for this show that
Big
aren't
help.
Living Color.
is it Paramore? Are they going to play Bailey to the ring?
I wish. I watched Paramore's Tiny Desk concert, and it was very good.
So good.
Yeah,
So
I
good.
checked
Is
that out.
Def
I
Rebel
haven't
playing
been-
live? Let us know.
Yeah, I haven't I wasn't much into them, and I listened to that, and I was like, okay, this is good stuff. But
They're really good.
yeah, my God. I'll scoot off of here. I'm going to edit these. If you all are still in the air, might swing back by. but-
Okay, before you do, just in case you don't go, or in case you do not come back, sorry. What match are you looking forward to, like WrestleMania weekend? Like,
Apart from
most.
Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, you made that perfectly clear.
Yeah, Damian Priest and Drew on the show because I think they're going to have chips on their shoulders and try to do something crazy. The one I was most looking forward to, and I had some people like scoff at me, Natty Neidhart versus Miyu, and how'd that one turn out, guys? How'd that one turn
Awesome.
out? I was
Yeah, that was
pretty
good.
excited about that. And people are going to see a side of Natalya that a lot of people haven't seen. And I saw people say, oh, haven't you heard she's fine with where she is? No, she ain't. No, she's not. Because no sane human being that is satisfied with their spot would go and work for NWA. And that's what
Yeah.
she's doing. That's what she's doing. That's how desperate she is to prove people wrong. And I thought that she had a great showing last night. I think that the Rage Against the Machine theme song was very intentional
Hell
and
yeah.
pointed
Yeah.
based on some headlines this week and her just not wanting to sit around and do what she's told anymore. I think that the match itself ruled. And then the fight afterwards that she had with Kenzie Page, which she's almost certainly going to face at Crockett Cup, made an awful lot of sense. And they're going to have her back on Speed next week or main event and probably teaming with Maxine doing nothing. They had time cut from their match while it happened last week.
Yes.
Yes. Insane. The low-key legend stuff was so cool. And even the promos going into that for Natalya, she had a line in there that like knocked me back a little bit about how being a good girl has prevented her from being a great woman in aspects. And that just like, it was kicking around in my head like a lot because I bet Maggie feels this way. I think women are probably socialized to feel that way in general, but like when you see her talent versus
Don't get
the
me
ecosystem
fucking
that she-
started. My
When you see her
entire day.
when you see her talent versus her utilization, that certainly seemed visible last night, but she kicked ass. That was really fun. That was a good show all around.
All right. Well, thank you, Sean, for stopping by. We appreciate it. Peace out.
Once
See
we get
you
the
guys
on-air
later.
calls, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Great numbers. Did you guys watch Bloodsport?
I did.
I thought it was
did.
fantastic.
I love it. I love it. It's my favorite
bartender.
show. It's my favorite show the whole weekend, like other than WrestleMania.
Man, that I wish more independents, and GCW doesn't have to be the only one to do this, would take notes on the way that card had like 8 matches. They all felt different and unique. Felt like a super fun and diverse card within itself. That was it. Like there weren't 47 matches. There were like you didn't see the same even within the confines of Bloodsport. I feel like everything felt super different. Like obviously I'm a ZSJ stan, but like him and Gresham did something completely different than the main event, right? Did something very different than Peter Dune and noted Englishman Timothy Thatcher. So I thought they killed it.
Yeah, it was
I thought
good.
They killed it.
I loved it. It was a good show. So that was killer. Yeah. So what? Since I asked Sean, I'll ask you. What match are you looking forward to on the WrestleMania cards?
Man, my answer a couple weeks ago would have been KO and Orton. Like I'm so bummed that fell out because I'm such a like my favorite part of wrestling is when two people want to beat the shit out of each other. Like that's what I love is that feeling. And when you start to dilute that with like a bunch of triple threats and stuff, that urgency kind of goes away. So I'm heartbroken about that. I think Naomi and Jade has a chance to be the biggest sleeper because I feel like that build has been excellent.
That is the only build.
That's the only build. And I feel like I do
That's why
love
you
me
love
some
the
Mad
matching.
King. I love Kevin Owens. I love people that make it feel like a fight. Probably the women's triple threat, like from an in-ring perspective, is what I'm looking forward to the most. But yeah.
I'm so ashamed of my answer to this question. I'm so ashamed.
Why?
And because it's Charlotte and Tiffany, and I want it to be a dumpster fire.
Oh, that's so funny. I think the match is going to be great, honestly, between the two
I
of them.
hope so. Because like I feel like I want to see the awkward shoving because they're legitimately can't stand each other because of what happened, and then they start getting professional, and then the match is incredibly awesome. At the beginning of the feud, I was like, this match is gonna slap so hard because
Me too.
that is the veteran and the person right there to take her place. This was what I was looking forward to, and then everything else happened, and I'm like, okay, now I want to see it for a different reason. And
You're like, I want to see if somebody breaks down and there's receipts in this. Yeah.
yes, I want them to start shoving each other, and I want to see the ref's face because it's all up to the ref. Because if the referee was like, is this supposed to be happening? Is this the script? What is happening? And I want to see that
Hopefully they don't
face.
just do. Hopefully they don't do what they did to Chelsea and Zelina. That's all I want from my referees.
Hopefully.
Please don't just
Hopefully.
make up
That was
make up
stupid.
finishes.
Yeah.
But
people used to say that, whatever happens in the ring, no matter what the outcome of the match is, the referee counts to 3. Like, because otherwise they're just 2, and then like, why did you stop counting? Well, because that's not supposed to be the finish. And then the referee looks incredibly dumb. And like in this instance, the referee just counted to 10. Like, yeah. And like, we're still not happy because of, the entire situation was just not handled well. And I don't think it's the ref's fault. It's not, the ref did their job.
It's a silly position for them to be in any way, shape, and form, honestly, because Zelina losing to Piper was just such a weird call based on how much time they have left on things. But
exactly. But the thing
I
is, Chelsea Green is such a wonderful actor and such a wonderful wrestler that she legitimately sold me that this was supposed to be the finish.
Yeah. Oh, she's incredible. She reacted perfectly. Her like campaign after where she tagged Fightful, she tagged Ella, she tagged Busted Open about like the legal letter that she had Luca Crusifino from NXT draw up. I'll tell you what, I never thought you'd hear the day, but I'm more excited for Stand and Deliver than I am for most of Mania. Like that build has been significantly better. I don't love that everything's
a low bar.
It kind of is. It kind of is, but like that triple threat on the men's side is going to be one of the best things that they've done in the men's main event scene in a long time. I would say that the women's match, I haven't loved the build to, but they did kind of the best they could with Giulia's injury and what they've been handed. The ladder matches always show out. Starks versus Paige is going to be incredible. Like that's something I wanted to see in AEW. So I think there's a lot more to be desired on that card based on the storytelling going into it. I think Cena and Cody actually has an incredible amount of pressure on it because the heel turn was so significant and there's just been so little happening with it that match like kind of has to deliver or this thing's dead in the water.
I want Cena to kill Cody.
He should do the beginning of that match should be, in my opinion, sorry to bring him up, but what Brock Lesnar did to Cena.
The 16 suplexes.
There should be like a bunch of attitude. I just want to see John Cena be a machine, but Cody survive it until he can't anymore. I think that's the way to go. But it's been a lackluster build and a very weird PR week. So we'll see what happens the rest of the weekend. I did not think this would. Yeah. From elimination to chamber to now, I didn't think this is where they were going to be at.
The lack of The Rock in the picture with Cena and Cody.
Like an explanation.
Like, we still have no idea why Cena aligned with The Rock.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that gets explained tonight, but man, it's very late. It's very late in the game to try and pull that off. So we'll see.
Yeah. So Jason, before you leave, Jason asks a question for the panel odds that Tiffany and Charlotte last the match goes longer than 7 minutes. I would say it does.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think he's saying if it broke down, like
if it broke down,
how
then
earlier they're going home. Like if it were to break down, they're both professionals. I think they'll work through it.
I guess we'll know if like Snoop Dogg comes out of nowhere, and saves it.
We'll see. I think that they both know what's at stake and they both know it's WrestleMania, right? Like that's I think Tiffany has to deliver because she's young and this is a really big moment for her. And I think Charlotte needs to deliver to kind of cement something since her return. Because her return has been weird.
Another question. This one's kind of like uncalled for, but it's something that
this is fake news, actually.
That's what I thought too.
I'm not a stinky butt face. I'm a delightful smelling cutie pie face. So that's a lie.
Hey,
but I did appreciate this.
Perfume?
Okay.
My favorite perfume?
Yes.
Do I have any that there's just some this is what I
scent?
Like in general, The favorite scents, just like around the apartment type stuff, like a good clean linen situation.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's where I'm at. And I like things that are not too flowery and kind of there's this really nice like unisex Calvin Klein one that I have that is
Okay.
it's just like very clean and nice smelling. What I tend to do is go to, I don't know if they have this in Bulgaria, but
Oh,
like
don't say it with Ryan in the chat. Don't say that. So, do they even have perfumes in Bulgaria?
no, this specifically, Victoria's Secret has like a semi-annual sale where 70% off of like everything, but they run their semi-annual sale like 6 times a year, which is not semi-annual. So I'll just go in and I go straight for the sprays. Like those body mist things, that's where I go because they smell great and they're so cheap. And I just like I stock up and then I use them until the next semi-annual sale, which is in 2 months because they don't know what semi-annual means. But
That's the difference between you and me. I go in there to see if anybody needs help in the dressing rooms, but
Robert.
sorry, too soon.
No, I'm just kidding.
Like, so.
Damn it.
Maggie, what are you most looking forward to on the WrestleMania card, other than Tiffy
Other than the
and
car
Charlotte
crash,
to see if they break down? Yeah.
Well, everyone knows. I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to.
Oh,
Fucking seeing Logan Paul wrestle one of my favorites in WWE. Why are we saying this could have been Carmelo Hayes? All I'm saying, this could have been Carmelo Hayes. Why am I seeing Logan Paul on my WrestleMania card? Put him on the pre-show. Like what why the fuck is Logan Paul wrestling the Roger Federer of wrestling? Why is Logan Paul wrestling the greatest right now? Why is that happening? Why? No. Barf.
I mean, the why is that happening thing is something WWE didn't even really care to explain. Logan's good in the ring, so I think that match will probably outkick its coverage. But
Carmelo
they
Hayes.
didn't even mention that AJ is the one that trained him in this whole build. It's very, very odd. Karrion Kross did more work explaining why that match is happening than WWE did. It's very odd.
Why isn't Karrion Kross facing AJ Styles at WrestleMania? I much rather see that. I understand what people are coming from. I understand. I've seen Logan Paul wrestle. I'm not a blind person. I see how good he is in the ring, but like he's a jackass, man.
Maggie, why can't you just be a fan?
Well,
Be a
I'm
fan,
trying,
Maggie.
Kate.
Be a
I'm
fan.
really trying.
Everyone's a critic nowadays. Be a fan.
Because
Be a
I don't
fan,
have a
nerd.
friend named Mark apart from Soupy, of course. But I don't have a friend named Mark in my physical, boring.
Mhm.
What the fuck
I'm
is this
looking-
life?
I'm looking behind you and I'm trying to see if any of your figures would be named Mark.
No, none of them.
Doesn't
Like
look
all
like
of them have a name. All of the figurines have a name.
It's true.
Like even the owl, its name is Rob because there's a backstory in that. And
Because you guys coexist?
I was about to quote tweet one of your tweets. You were like, ranting about, whatever Cena said about Vince. And you mentioned coexisting. And I was about to quote tweet, the only thing you should coexist is with Rob and Maggie at 3 p.m. Eastern.
And then what happened? Here I am. I am coexisting with you.
Yes, I didn't quote tweet that because you were talking about really important real life stuff, and that's not the way you diminish that by
Girl, my account's also locked. Nobody's retweeting my shit right now.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Comment. I was about to comment. Yeah,
That's fair.
But-
You could always comment on stuff like that.
yeah, but like I don't want to diminish a real situation like this with a PR.
Yeah, no, I get that. Because kissing Vince McMahon's butt in 2025 is wild to me.
I mean, I was about to say that you can still
What
love
is there
someone
to
and
be
call them
gained?
out. Yeah, no, nothing. That is the thing. You can still love someone and call them out on their bullshit.
Is Maggie frozen
She-
for you?
Yeah, she pulled a
We broke
she pulled a
her.
tape.
John
She
Cena
pulled a-
broker.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
There she is.
Am I back? Jesus. Okay, what did you hear in that?
You're
Oh,
No, he'll be here Sunday.
Like Tony Storm said on commentary, right? Oh my God. Tony Storm on comment. What'd she say to Tony Schiavone? He has risen and I've seen you have two or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh
in
my God, that
stitches.
woman. That
Yeah.
You know,
woman.
AEW advertised, I think, for the first time that she was going to be on commentary. And I was like, they should do that every time she is because people tune in just for that. She's so good. She's so freaking funny.
She left one of her shoes in the ring.
She's retiring. Rob, what are you most excited about for Mania? You keep asking everyone else.
Well, Cena and Rhodes,
And Cody?
because I'm curious to see where they go with this. That's the biggest thing that I've been wanting to know. Like, where are they going with this? And
Sure.
that's
Hopefully
pretty
to
much it.
hell because Cody's been boring.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Maggie said, go
Wow.
to hell.
You go to hell and you die. So
You go to hell.
you go to hell and you die.
Chat, what are you most excited for? I feel bad
Yes,
because I even though I do sour graps and stuff, I don't like go out of my way to be negative about things. And I just feel like I want to
that's
be
how
more
it's his
excited
job.
for WrestleMania than I am. Like it was very funny. Like NXT's been so much better of late. And so there's things that I'm like, oh, I can actually clip it and put it online without people being like, you guys are just haters or whatever. Like there's the tag gauntlet on Tuesday was really good. They had a really good go home show. But
But
I hate that I'm not excited. Like I'm not like it's WrestleMania weekend. Like I just don't not like up for enough on this card.
it's
I
like
was sad for that. Yeah, like I don't have that feeling, but like that's how I will probably feel on tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like I'll settle in, they'll play some video packages, and I'll be like, I'm locked in.
yeah, but the thing is that when you're not excited, you're not gonna be let down because I'm sure that the show will deliver. Like the wrestling will deliver. It's up to if they have the right path moving forward in store for all the storylines that they have planned out. I really detest when WrestleMania is the beginning of the feud and not the end of the feud because they have those and it's pissing me off. This should be like the end of the season finale.
Yeah. I agree. That was always like the rhythm was this was the season finale, and then the Raw after Mania was like the start of the next season.
Exactly. And they're not doing that. And like I feel like they should. And I understand that people have been saying that, NXT is better, NXT is better. I've been I've had enough with NXT as of late, man. Like this is
I know that feeling. I mean, I know that feeling.
it's like the last straw was this week. It was the last straw with Thea Hale. Oh, you're gonna see who it is when the music plays. Okay, first of all, when the music played, I thought that this was Alicia Edwards.
Eddie Edwards.
Alicia Edwards. Because it was Eddie Edwards' whole team, and I'm like, oh my! And
but didn't the front of it said like I'm a grown ass woman or whatever? I was like Jeff Rebel,
grown ass woman. Okay, and the thing is,
Jeff Rebel needs to be compromised to a permanent end from their position in this company because they are horrendous,
ruining wrestling for me forever.
I don't get how they can't find anything better. Like they can't.
It's like
they can't. It's like their PR. It's just like
they have dirt. They have dirt on the entire company, and that's why that is the only explanation as to why they're still hanging in. So the only reason I didn't 100% think that this was Alicia Edwards was because they had the fucking graphic. What?
Who's it gonna be? It's Thea Hale. We told you it's Thea Hale. Yeah.
up to here, man. I cannot take this anymore.
I know.
Like the only thing for me that can save NXT is if Ava is the leader of dark crap or whatever they're called.
DarkState. Or crap.
Dark crap
Dark
is
crap.
way better. Yes. This is the
Robert
only
DeFelice
thing that
called them
can-
retro bootleg, and I thought that was the best of the amalgamations I'd ever heard.
Well, they're kind of like Retribution and the Shield combined,
Yeah.
and in a really strange way. And why does one of the people not understand how to put on clothes? Like,
Alex
what?
asks this every Tuesday. I have
I
no
know, but,
answers,
like,
but I'm told it's a
this-
statement.
Okay, so this past week, it's as if they're watching you guys because this was ridiculous. Like, if you're gonna wear a tank top like that, just take it off. This is causing me an aneurysm, guys. Like, this is serious. Like, if you're gonna wear clothes, just wear your fucking clothes because
His
Wha-
singlet was one sleeve too, or one strapped. Yeah.
yeah, but like he had a tank top and it was what the hell? Like, who dresses what?
DarkState is the Temu version of Retribution. NXT's always interesting to me because I think part of the hiccups with this card were Giulia being injured, but not so badly injured, but we don't know how injured she is or whatever happened there.
I'm so
So
happy that
that-
he's okay.
Very happy she's okay. That match is going to be
This
great,
was
but
weird. Yeah,
that made the build kind of wonky. I think what happened on the main roster also trickled way down because the fact that NXT doesn't have women's tag titles is ridiculous. But like Roxanne Perez setting a record for the longest time in the Royal Rumble,
Why is she
being
here?
the runner-up, being in Elimination Chamber, and now being on the pre-show of NXT is egregious to me. Like that is a terrible handling of talent. But when I saw the tag gauntlet, I was like, I think they might have thought that certain people were going to be in certain places on the card and they just weren't. So things trickled back down. But it's such a weird little product. But like I feel like the build to Javon, Oba, and Trick has actually been pretty solid. I think that'll really deliver. Starks and Ethan will be great, or Saints and Ethan rather will be great. So
what,
there's
you
some
mean
stuff there
the
that's
only
been a
singles
little
match
better.
on the card.
Yeah, it's nuts. And I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought that they set up that 4-pack qualifier for it not to be a singles match. I was like, they're just
Exactly.
going all in.
Exactly.
But
I was not a fan of Roxanne Perez being fed to Tiffany Stratton.
no, that was actually a really good match.
It
But
was
it's
a
just-
wonderful match, but
It's so her handling is so bizarre because she was on the road to WrestleMania in both of the things that earn you a world title shot, and now she's on the pre-show of NXT. Like I
Exactly.
firmly believe there was something in place for her and Bailey, and then they decided to do this awful tag thing with Lyra and Bailey, which makes no sense.
the only team that is not a legitimate team won, which absolutely
I wish that was
diminishes-
true. I wish that was true, but Michin and BFAB, not a team. Natalia and
Yeah,
Maxine,
they're not.
not a team. They buried the Pure Fusion Collective beyond.
And the TikTok
And
tag
the
team
Secret
also.
Harvest could have been great as a choice, but you know, Alex had said something that I really liked of like, well, if you're gonna do Lyra and a friend anyway, why don't you just have it be Chelsea and Piper and do a triple tag threat so that at least both champions are on the card? He's like, stories would have been better, but if it's gonna be Lyra and a friend, you might as well do Chelsea and a friend too, so that all the champs are on the card at least. But man,
I still would have been pissed that they're not actually defending their titles, because why would you have those titles anyway? Like, what is the purpose of the championship? Like, Chelsea Green right now is the only United States championship I give a crap about, because I'm sorry, LA Knight, that ain't working for me. So like,
well,
I-
that got really weird with Shinsuke and stuff. Like, it's just
yeah, yeah.
it's odd.
I have a feeling they're gonna do something with Chelsea. I just have a feeling like
They
have
have
hope.
after,
yeah.
Like,
after that online.
but then they'll say that
discourse
was always the
before-
plan, as if Sean reporting it wasn't a catalyst for it. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
You know that's coming. You know that's coming. You saw
course.
his hair. He had the
Straight out of the
devil
playbook.
horns. Like it's like
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sean is out to create evil chaos. He's evil,
Yes.
like evil, like from New Japan. He's got.
so. While we actually have you here, do you want us to do the predictions with you for NXT Stand and Deliver? Yes.
All right.
Sure, if you want to. I'm game for that.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So NXT Stand and Deliver taking place tomorrow at the T-Mobile Arena. They actually have a countdown match, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship number one contenders match. Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley and JC Jane taking on Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson versus Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley and Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. So four-way match for the number one contenders tag team championship. Maggie, we'll start with you. Who you got?
So I feel like Fatal Influence. We had a bunch of breadcrumbs that they're not on the same page. They're like starting to, because it's women and women can never be friends, right? Like they always should.
Well, they
So,
can be
like,
best friends, but then they have to betray each other. You're
Yes.
one or the other. You're either best friends
Yes,
or you are
in
mortal
this
enemies.
business.
In this great sport.
Yes. So I'm the whole thing with Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. I'm so rooting for them because Tatum Paxley we've seen grow in the ring
So much.
so much, and like deep down, I kind of feel like the Meta Girls are gonna win. But every time I see the Meta Girls, I'm like, let's get the metaphor back together. Like, what is? Come
I
on.
miss Noam Dar.
Yes, Noam Dar should come back and kill Lexus King. Because I'm not no. I hope for the longest time, I hope that Tyler Bate would come back and kill Lexus King and get the thing. But he's back and you wouldn't know it from
Big,
looking
strong boy.
because yeah, he's a big strong. And like you he was back. He got beat up in London, and then we never saw him again. So, like,
You know what's crazy? I've been
You-
helping out on the Fightful social media side. His return was like our second highest impressions of the month last month. And then they
yes,
just haven't
because
done
it's
anything with
Tyler
him.
Bate.
Like,
Yes.
people want to see him wrestle.
What were you saying about benching talent? Oh, okay, I see you there.
Yeah. My favorite that like
Fine.
people didn't pick up on with that, including myself, was Giovanni Vinci. I was like, they benched him, gave him an angle where they were like, let's make this incredible wrestler lose in 14 seconds. That didn't work, and then they released him. I'm like, he's one of the very best workers on the planet. Like,
Did they
genuinely.
have- Did Kaiser and him have legitimate key?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Okay,
They just
so
got drafted
I
to different brands, and
I see no reason as to why you split up Imperium because that could have been the tag team to carry your tag division.
sure could have. Sure could have.
Yes. Yeah. So in short, the Meta Girls. I'm going with the Meta Girls, but Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley, I can see as the workhorse in this match. Even though Roxanne Perez is in that match also. But I have a feeling that she's in this match just for the sake of being on the card. I'm pissed off because she should be in the main roster. But the Meta Girls. Yes. Kate, what do you think?
What's interesting with this is I think it probably determines. I think we'll be able to tell who wins the main roster tag titles based on the booking of this. I think if Bayley and Lyra win, Roxanne and Cora have certainly won earlier in the day because you have all that
Yeah.
history with Roxanne. If Liv and Raquel retain, I think maybe it is the Meta Gals. I think it's Lash Legend is one of the most improved wrestlers like in the world in the past 18 months to 2 years. So I would love that for them. I'm gonna say Cora and Roxanne because I don't think you do this without intention. But I also could see them not doing it and then them turning on each other. And maybe Roxanne's final match is against Cora Jade. She puts Cora over and then goes to the main roster.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Cora and Roxanne.
Yep, that's what I'm going with too. I think they're going to win the match, and that's how they both get called up and they stay up. That's how I think it happens.
You think Cora Jade gets called up?
I do.
Okay.
That's just me. I mean,
I would love for those titles to actually float. Like, I think it would be really productive if those titles actually floated.
Hey, did Cora Jade have the thing with Masha Slamovich yet, or did that not happen?
No, they had it.
A few months ago, yeah.
Oh.
Weeks, a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm boycotting TNA because Tesla's there.
I did an NXT prediction show with SP3, and we were talking about how bad Ray Fenix's music is. And someone in the chat,
as opposed to his brother,
someone in the chat said, "Why couldn't they get a Mexican rapper? Tessa Blanchard can find one, but Ray Fenix can't get one." I was in stitches.
Oh my god! You know, the True Heel Heat chat has no chill.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I have so much fun
chat.
with SP3 every time I'm over there.
Every time.
All right, we go on to our next match here. DarkState taking on the D'Angelo family. Luca, Channing Stacks, and Tony D'Angelo.
I only care about the family and the fact that, you know, back in the day, Bullet Club is fine. The family is fine, and they're not, obviously. Because, something's wrong, and I hate this. I'm such a mark, man. I just want. For me, the essence of NXT has been the family. I'm so in love with this entire thing. It's almost has zero flaws, almost. But every time it has a flaw, it's so ridiculous that it's funny. And it's Tony D'Angelo, and this is the person who was probably in his teenage years the popular kid because he sounded like a mob boss. And he's now making so much money because of that. And I so love this. And this is the only thing that could never work on the main roster. I do not want to see the family on the main roster because they will not work. The family won't be a thing that will... If Melo doesn't get over on the main roster and is forced to be paired with The Miz, Melo don't Miz, I barfed a bit in my mouth when I heard that. It's not for me. Again, Logan could have been Carmelo Hayes. I will never stop saying that. Carmelo Hayes was the one reason I watch NXT 2.0. Carmelo Hayes.
Logan Miz tag team would work. Call him the A-list or whatever. Fine.
They were a tag team. Like, they started with that. Like, just keep them together. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, so what were we talking about? Yeah, okay.
Who's gonna win?
Well, DarkState has to win, right? Even though Tony D'Angelo called the cops on them, man. They were like having this brawl in the parking lot, and I'm like, oh no, not the parking lot. And then Tony D'Angelo came back to save the day, and I hear sirens, and they're like, boss, quick, we need to run. And no, relax, they're my people. And like, of course he has people in the police force, yes. And I love this, but they're totally gonna get beat up. I don't think that Stax is part of dark crap. I don't think he is, because he got beat up a lot by them. If he's a part of that, that's a little bit too. You know, you enjoying. Yes, yeah, you enjoy that, and I don't want to know that. That is your time between the sheets, and I,
We've learned already too much about some wrestlers this week. Yeah, I don't need
Yes,
to know what he's
I-
into, but I'm with you.
Yeah, so
Who do you got, Kate?
Dark Crap probably was.
I'm going with DarkState too. I don't think you have this faction debut in their first major story and not win. The dissension with the D'Angelo family is interesting. The street fight was not well done, but fun to laugh kind of at. Because normally parking lot brawls is something NXT actually has pretty down, but it was very funny bad. But I'm going with the DarkState here. I don't think Stax is a part of it either, but I think maybe he turns on Tony D in the process. I don't think he's in that faction. If he is, I think Saquon Shugars is certainly still like the leader of that group. He's emerged that way in every way, shape, and form. On the mic, charisma, in ring, like he's just that guy. So I'm going with DarkState, but I think Stax turns on Tony, which is upsetting because I'm a fan of the family too.
We've been seeing this coming for like a year now. Stax turning on Tony D'Angelo, or Tony D'Angelo turning on Stax, and we were like, "I'm not ready. I'm not ready." And now it's about to.
So funny because I feel like Tony D and Hook came in at like the same times as like meme wrestlers, and then both of them turned out to be really good. Yeah. Everyone was like, "Those guys are gonna flame out. This one's just eating chips in every scene. He can't work with Hook." And then they were like, "What is the silliness?" But they made it work. I always go back to that feud with Legato in NXT, the way everything was filmed and how great that was. So
yes,
I don't know what more they have to prove in NXT, but I think you're right in that they probably won't translate this act to the main roster, which would stink. But I'm here for what this match is going to offer, and I do think that Stax turns on Tony D and costs them.
All right. So, yeah, I have DarkState winning, and that's really all I can say. DarkState. There's no way they let the family win. But we're going to move a little quicker now. So, because we still got WrestleMania predictions
stop
to do.
Yapping. Move along.
Yeah, pretty much. NXT Tag Team Championship, Axiom taking on Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. Maggie, who you got?
Okay, I hate to do this. Every time I'm such a bummer. Everyone gives me crap for absolutely fucking hating the Outrunners because I cannot stand those people. Like, I just seriously, the wrestlers themselves are fine, but like the gimmick fucking sucks, man. They can suck a back dicks. I do not love this. Just not for me. And this is the same. Okay, Hank and Tank. Is this is this Tucker and Otis 2.0? Because I kind of feel like it's Tucker and Otis 2.0. I'm gonna need some time. For now, I do not like that tag team. I love the explosiveness. They're really contagious when it comes to, you know, in ring capability and stuff. And they work really, really well with each other. I love their backstage segments with Pretty Deadly, but I kind of feel like that's me being in love with Pretty Deadly. And I don't think that that's the team that dethrones Axiom. I don't think that team exists right now.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. If they're the one to do it, fucking why? But also, like,
I'm actually going to say that they do. I think the story has been there. They were in search of their identity, and when they were trying to be other people, they kept losing. But in that tag gauntlet, they picked up wins over everybody that they had previously lost to all in one night. And they kind of discovered themselves along the way. But more importantly, I think it's just time for Axiom to move up. I had fantasy booked Axiom dethrones the New Day, who wins the night before or whatever. So New Day come in as champs. They're evil. They think they're hot shit. And then Axiom gets made as new baby faces on the main roster. Very AJ Lee and Paige playbook from when AJ held the title for a day. after WrestleMania and Paige dethroned her on that Mania after. I would do that because the Raw tag division is in desperate need right now of tag teams, especially on the babyface side. So, and Hank and Tank, I think are viable. I think they're transitional champs. I don't think it's a long reign, but I think they're your winners. Story calls for it.
Okay. I'm going for Axiom. I can totally see where you're coming from with Hank and Tank, but I think Fraxium is going to get this. I think they got to keep the titles on them.
Hate and hate.
Yeah. So I think that's the way to go.
They were a bit dismissive in this last week's NXT, which I can kind of see if they're actually, beaten for those championships, because maybe not be so cocky next time, okay?
Yeah, Nathan Frazer.
Yeah, British Labrador.
So, all right. So we move on to our next one, and that is the NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match. ZARIA with Kelani Jordynne, Ruca, Izzi Dame, Thea Hell, and Lola Vice in a 5-way ladder match. I'm going with Lola Vice. I don't pick against her. Yep, that's who I want to win.
Oh, I'll actually be incredibly glad if this happens, because Lola Vice has been, one of the breakouts, and they've done nothing with her for a while now. She's been the one that women have awesome matches against, but they beat her all the time. Jaida was in the same position for quite some time also. And I was struggling with Lola Vice initially, because she does that thing. And I was wondering what my move should be after I say I'm a Bulgarian. What defines me as a Bulgarian? Do I need to cook and clean for my husband, or do I? I'm a Bulgarian. Here's your alcohol, sweetie.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, so wholesome. I will be incredibly happy if Lola Vice wins, but here's the thing: I want all of these women to win the North American Championship. This is a hard match for me to predict. You would think that I would say ZARIA, but I've hated the way she's been presented on NXT. Why is she playing girlfriends with Ruca? I don't understand. If she was still, the dark thing, like the badass, and no, I love Ruca. God damn it, man, Tyler Bate has incredible taste in women. So yes, no lies detected. Every single one of them, man. And I don't know. Can all of them get a title? I don't know. What? I feel like all of these women, apart from Kelani, can win that championship. And this isn't me crapping on Kelani, but I just don't think that she wins that championship back. So, right now.
So quick. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair.
And Thea. Why not put that championship on Thea Hale? Why isn't Carmen Petrovic a part of this match? Also, I know why, because Thea beat her, but why?
Yeah, why isn't she on this card anywhere is a good question. My head says that it's Thea Hale. My heart says that it's Ruca, and that causes the turn of ZARIA. I think there's a really fun, because they've never been a tag team. They've been allies, and they've been in tag matches. But the idea that Ruca would climb that mountain first, I feel like.
Do you think they'll have Ruca be a double champion?
No, she has speed champion. Well, we don't talk about that title.
I know, but I know, but
I know,
but I'm just.
I think she's earned it too. Like she's been doing really great work for a really long time.
she
She
is.
came back from her injury really, really strong. And there's just an immediate story there, but I don't think you bring back Thea Hale in the way that you did for her to not win this, probably.
Listen, she's a grown-ass woman, okay?
I'm rooting for Eddie Edwards in this women's ladder match because that's whose music plays when
Taking
when
back
someone comes out.
what's mine. You can't slow me down.
Hmm.
I
right.
am the fire.
Okie dokie.
Whoa.
Maggie is
Ah.
on fire.
NXT Women's Championship, Jordynne Grace, Jaida Parker, Giulia, and Stephanie Vaquer
But
for the NXT Women's Championship. Stephanie's defending that title in a 4-way match. Does she lose this title? I ask you, Miss Kate Fabe.
I'm gonna say that she does because I think if she loses to Giulia, 1, they can do this dance forever, and 2, I think that Steph going from being a double champ to no titles in no time is an interesting character development. So I think it's
Keith
I
Lee.
think, exactly. But I think it's very possible Steph just retains. Jordynne Grace, I think, is headed to the main roster. Jaida Parker, I think, is there to take the pin, to be quite honest, though I do appreciate that they took someone from that class and have maintained her feeling like championship caliber, top of the card talent. So I'm going with Giulia. Wouldn't be shocked if Steph retained.
Maggie.
I'm going with Giulia. I hate this so much. I hate it because Stephanie Vaquer, she's so great, man. And I know the WWE want us so bad to love each and every second of Giulia, but like the thing is, the audience fell in love with Stephanie, and this isn't me downplaying Giulia, but like this is how good Steph was and is, and my heart is breaking because of the stupid way they had this entire thing booked. And this is the other reason why I've had it up to here with NXT, because the thing that they did to Stephanie was fucking stupid, man. The 1 week she's like, I want to defend both my championships in one night. I want to do this. And then the very next week, they're like, well, we reached the decision.
I can't possibly keep this pace. Yeah.
I cannot do this anymore. And say, oh no, I cannot do this anymore. And what? For what? And it would have been so much better if Ava was like, I decided that you shouldn't do this because I am the general manager and I get to say stuff, and not only to Obafemi, because it seems like I'm only saying no to Obafemi, and like everyone else can do whatever the hell they want. And
Pretty
like,
much. They can make their own matches at least. Yeah.
It's a scripted show, sweetie. You can do whatever the hell you want.
You're the GM. You run the place, right?
Yes, you're the GM. So it would have been so much better if Stephanie was like, no, I want to keep both. No, bad Ava. No. And then she was like, I'm your boss. And then she takes one. Give me that, man. Instead, you made Stephanie look like a fucking dork, man. And
they sure did.
This shouldn't be happening. I don't want to see my women look like dorks. And I've hated this. And I'm sorry, Giulia. I say Giulia because I feel like the main roster said, well, I want this. I want this on me. I want this on the main roster. Please give me. And I feel like that's what's happening. But I'm never wrong. I'm never right when it comes to call-ups, because I said a year ago, I said a fucking year ago that Roxanne Perez was going up a year ago. And
sure.
now,
I think a lot of us did.
Everything that's happened at the Royal Rumble and at Elimination Chamber, and she's still fucking here. I'm sorry. I suck at this. But like, yes, Giulia. Damn it.
All right.
Man.
I think Stephanie retains.
Okay.
Just because I think they like the way it's going with her, and they can keep a feud going with Giulia. And You don't necessarily have to put the title on Giulia. They can still feud and go that route. So
Yes.
I think that's fair.
Ricky Saints defending his NXT North American Championship against Ethan Page. I don't see Ricky Saints losing after he just got there. But Maggie, I ask you, what do you got?
This is the match I'm looking forward to. I love Ricky Starks. It's gonna take me some time to say Ricky Saints. I even have him as Ricky Starks in my notes. Seriously, it's been a while, and it's still Starks. Yeah, this is I'm so looking forward to this. I just think that Ricky did not have a great debut when it comes to NXT. His opponent was not. That was not it, man. And I feel like that this will be the match that will define Ricky as a North American champion. Best one of the best peers in the business. I know Braun Breaker's right there, but Ricky is so good. That Rochambeau is probably one of my favorite finishers in NXT.
Me too. Me too.
That he's so explosive and he's so funny, and he can cut a promo and like what? Yeah, I definitely measure up. And come on, you're so. Ricky Starks, yes, probably.
Okay. Kate?
I'm going with Starks. I think it's possible he drops it to Ethan Page, but I don't think this suit. I think we've probably got a trilogy on our hands for that. If I were booking it, Ricky Saints has your title until the summertime gets called up, and you have Ricky Saints Money in the Bank winner. Ricky Saints with the Money in the Bank briefcase for a few months would be super, super fun. So that is the direction I would go.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I have Ricky Saints going. We will move on now to the main event, the NXT Championship. Femi defending his title against Trick Williams and Javon Evans. This one, it's an interesting matchup, but I don't see them taking that title off Oba yet.
Yeah.
Kate, I ask you, who do you got?
I think the ruler retains here. I am in on the Alex Pulowski booking of Javon Evans being the guy to dethrone him after 3 climbs up the mountain. So here he just gets swatted out of the air by Obafemi a bunch. A one-on-one match. Javon Evans is close, but no cigar, and then Javon eventually dethrones him months from now. I love that idea. I'm in on it. I'm going to pretend they actually pay attention to things like that, and we'll do that. But I think Obafemi retains here. I don't see another Trick title run, and I don't think Javon wins just yet. But I think all 3 of these guys bring a phenomenal mix to things in the main event scene. I'm very much actually looking forward to this match.
Oh, we have a super chat from Tom Talk to Rubbish. He says, "Hey, Kate, thanks for being awesome."
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom, for being so incredible. Tom is one of the most wholesome people on the stupid app. Not this, but X, Twitter, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, Trick Williams is kind of a heel right now. So what I want is for Stand and Deliver to be over. Trick Williams gets called up to the main roster and takes away Carmelo Hayes from the Miz. Just no, Carmelo Hayes and Miz, they're not working for me, and I know they probably want to do something at of the magic caliber of Damian Sandow and Miz, but nothing will ever be that ever. So get over it. Nothing will be that good. Miz Dow, so good. And second of all, I don't want Obafemi to lose ever. Just give him the Oscar NXT treatment. That's what I want.
Yeah, he should be in the same track as like Gunther to me.
Yeah.
Very similar idea. Yeah.
Yep. Well, Gunther was still beaten by Ilya Dragunov, and I don't want that. No. Just have him vacate, let go of the NXT Championship whenever he gets called up. Just no.
I hate vacating titles. Hate it.
I know.
Give somebody the payoff. What are we doing?
They don't deserve the Oba treatment. Rob, no. They're not worthy.
Well, Kate, tell everybody where they can find you.
On Fightful YouTube and being tired in between being on Fightful YouTube this weekend. I'm on the main Fightful channel today with your SmackDown post show. I'll be with Alex Cardoza, and Sean is going to join us at least for the top of that one. I will also be on your Stand and Deliver post show with Alex Pulowski tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh, I'm tired already. And then we're doing nights 1 and 2 of WrestleMania and the Raw After Mania on FightfulSelect.com. Me and Pulowski being sweet, being sour, living our lives over there. And then the week starts right back up. Back at it on the main on Tuesday for NXT, the Mark Order podcast on Wednesdays. Thursday, I am sleeping so hard. And then it all starts again. So thank you guys for having me on. This was
Thank you.
fun.
Thank you so much
Fun
for
fact.
hanging
Fun
out.
fact, Kate and Cardoza are my favorite post show.
Stop. Thank you.
I love your chemistry so much. And
Thank you.
it's so one of like favorite Fightful post show, of course. I just love that. It's something that because I watch all post shows for Fightful, but like when I can, I just can. But like I always get out of my way to listen or watch you guys' post show for SmackDown, because I'm probably one of the best Fightful listeners on Spotify, because I get so much crap done and I'm listening to the podcast on Spotify throughout the duration of the day, and I always make sure to listen to you guys. I love your energy, man.
Thank you so much. I have one thing that's really fun about doing a lot of shows on Fightful is all of my co-hosts are so different, and like the energies with them are so different. And Friday nights we're just like, it's so fun. It's 11 o'clock on a Friday. Like we're having a lot of fun over there. A lot of fun. I love Cardoza. I brought him in actually. So yeah, who typed what? Who typed that?
I'm either I actually don't know who wrote that. Oh, I'm
It was me.
oh.
What is happening?
I typed it.
Oh,
But
okay.
I will get out of here. I know you guys are trying to wrap up nights 1 and 2 of WrestleMania predictions, but thank you for having me on.
Oh, that is gonna be so easy. Thank you, Kate.
Love you guys to bits.
Thank you.
This is such a
See
fun
ya.
show too. We love you. Bye.
Have a fun
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. Thank you. All right. Little Cooper effect
Cooper
action.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Let's do this.
Oh, you
You
were
wanna do
waiting
the-
for me to.
Oh, no, I didn't know what you were doing. I didn't know if you were doing it or if I was doing it. So
No, you were doing it, but like
Okay.
I was wondering if you were waiting for me to do the.
oh yeah, that works. All
Yeah.
right. Let's get this started. The El Cooper Effecto for today
For
is
today.
about this wonderful dog.
Look
and
at
I'll-
the
and I'm going to explain it to you. So there was a missing toddler who walked 7 miles alone through Arizona wilderness, and it led to this dog. It's a rancher's dog. Led it to safety. A 2-year-old. They know that this 2-year-old at least walked a mile by itself, and this dog just guided its way. Just absolutely guided its way to getting help. There was a big operation, like a big search that was launched for the boy who disappeared near his home in Seligman, Arizona, about 100 miles south of Grand Canyon National Park. They know he was at the time wearing a blue tank top and pajama pants, and they basically did a search with over 40 rescuers, including police and pretty much everybody that could join. During the search, they spotted 2 mountain lions in the area.
No, I can't.
Yeah, but 16 hours after he went missing, rancher Scotty Dunton
Scotty doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Found him on his land 7 miles away. The boy was safe and well and had apparently been led to his property by the rancher's dog, Buford. He said, I got in my truck to go to town, and I see Buford walking down the side of the fence with a little blonde kid with him.
Buford.
I had heard about a missing child this morning, so I knew it was him. Dutton asked the boy if he had walked all night, and he answered, no, I laid up under a tree. The beef farmer said the boy was in good shape but upset. The rancher traced the boy's steps and found the dog had escorted him for at least a mile. He said Buford normally patrols his land to ward off coyotes. He said that the boy went through some rough country and like through some parts of mountains and canyons and some boulder piles. And he said it's rough for adults, let alone a 2-year-old kid. He did a remarkable job to go 7 miles like he did. Dutton said there's Dutton added that lions, coyotes, and an occasional bear can be found in the area.
Okay.
So Dutton said Buford loves kids, and I can imagine he wouldn't leave him once he found him. So, yeah. So there's
Buford is such a good boy, man.
Yeah. So there's Buford with his owner. So there you go. So we love dogs, but yeah.
The best puppy. Dog, obviously, but puppy. Come on.
Yeah. So
before we continue with the show, please everyone go and see what I retweeted. It's Soupy's birthday cake. It is. I want to shove my face into it.
my headphones are about to die, or my Apple whatever they are about to die, so I gotta switch over to headphones. So
Of course.
yeah, just letting you know. Yeah, just letting you know, because it's an on-air production meeting, as we like to have. So basically, Maggie, what I am saying is to keep this show going, I am making the
sacrifice.
You bastard.
Yeah, I know. That's why you keep me around, though.
Well, not that. No, I keep you around in spite of that, Rob.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Are you good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think so. I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you too, loud and clear. Thank you for taking care of that. Just don't break stuff, okay?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, okay. So, man, we have. You want us to talk about Dynamite real quick, and then
Let's talk about Dynamite, and then we'll go into WrestleMania.
Rob, because like the two incredibly awesome things that happen on Dynamite, Mercedes Moné versus Athena and Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. I have no notes about those two matches, and I'm pretty sure that you understand why, because I was just there standing and watching the matches, and I couldn't take my eyes off of those matches whatsoever.
Another ball is all elite. Yeah.
Yes, another ball is all elite. So I know that people talk about a lot of spots during Mercedes Moné versus Athena, but the one thing I cannot stop thinking is the body slam from like between the ropes from Athena to Mercedes Moné, between the ropes on the apron.
Yeah.
Like, okay, how is that possible? Like, were you like what is that core strength that you must have? I mean,
Yeah,
that power slam is incredibly, it's a basic move, right? Like the DDT and the spine buster and everything, but like all of them need for you to have strength in a certain area. Like the power slam, you need to have core strength, of course, upper body strength, but like core strength in order not to break your lower back doing it. And like she did that between the ropes on the apron. And like she did that as if this was a normal thing to do. This was blinking to her. Jesus, I love the fact that both Mercedes Moné versus Athena and Hangman versus the wild card, which ended up being Josh Alexander, his AEW debut. Both these matches ended up in not a definitive way, not by the shoulders being pinned to the ground by a finisher or someone tapping out. No, this was a sort of a roll up in both these matches, and I do not mind whatsoever. Wonderful match versus Mercedes and Athena. I suppose that we're gonna see this as a what do you call it? Like 3 matches. What do you call it?
Oh, best out of 3, or like a
best out of
trilogy.
3. Yes.
Trilogy. Yeah.
Trilogy. Jesus, for a Star Wars fan to forget the word trilogy is stupid. Okay, that's how I know it's WrestleMania week, by the way. Yes, Josh Alexander being thank you.
There's Soupy's
No,
cake.
there's
Had a nice
Soupy's
piece of cake there, Soupy.
Yeah, I hope that entire piece was for you and not 3 different pieces of cake. No, I hope that this entire cake was for you. It looks so good. Everything chocolate.
Yes.
We had the debut of Josh Alexander, and from everything that we saw from last night's Collision, was that Josh Alexander is the newest part of the Don Callis family, as are 2 additional people that go and watch Collision, and you're gonna see what happened last night. But I'm so happy to see Josh Alexander in AEW. I still don't know how to feel about him being a part of the Don Callis family, but I will wait and see. What did you think of those 2 matches?
Oh, I thought they were fantastic. I think this whole both shows were so good. Like, I mean, starting with Athena and Mercedes, I knew those 2 were just absolutely kick ass.
Go pour myself some water.
I knew those 2 would just absolutely kick ass, and then to get Will Ospreay and Takeshita, my God, that match was just as good, if not. Like, I mean, I don't really want to compare either match. They were so good, and I enjoyed them both. Overall, the card or Dynamite in general was just really good, and Collision was really good. I think AEW put on 2 great shows this week, and yeah, the thing is when they put on great shows, I'm gonna plug it, and the same thing is when WWE does it, I'm gonna plug it, because I love good wrestling, and they delivered. They delivered. The crowd was good, which is something that's been missing sometimes lately with AEW, and it's not necessarily the fans' part. It's just the way the setup is. But the fans delivered last night, or both nights. And I'm not necessarily blaming the fans at all. I should make it sound like I think it's more of the presentation of how it looks like, but it was good. Both shows were good. I like the energy that both shows brought. So yeah, I know we don't talk about AEW that much as we wish we could, but yeah, it was solid week for them, and I've been watching it like lately. I've been going back and watching on Max. They've added a lot of archive stuff, and I've gone back and watched quite a bit of stuff, and it's pretty good to go back and like see some of the matches you forgot that were had. And so yeah, it's been good. It's been good stuff. So I like it. And we had good matches, and I like where the Owen Hart tournament's headed. So we're almost there.
I mean, it's only the second time they've been in Boston, and I
think they've been there more than once.
No.
Are you sure?
Check.
I'm checking. Because I think that's wrong.
So it's I hope that, because they talk a lot about restoring the feeling and everything, and it's like I do hope that they're onto this trajectory with the Owen Foundation of the the Owen tournament, and I always
Yeah.
enjoy the Owen.
Yep. No, I get it.
Oh, you're still looking at, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Sorry.
and it's like I'm always gonna be rooting for promotions to do what's best for them, and for best for the fans and everything. And this past two shows in Boston, they prove that the audience does play a huge factor in that. And the venue that they were in was fucking incredible, man. It looked so good. Was it more than 2 times?
Yeah, they've been there at least 8 times.
That is so weird. This is why
Or
we need
7 times at
unlimited
least.
time.
Yeah, 7 times at least. So their first time was 2019. That was where the second episode was. And then because of the pandemic, they didn't go back for 2 years.
Yeah, that's well, it's all the pandemic's fault. Damn it.
Yeah, and then April 2022, then November 2022, then July of 2023, then March of 2024, and then April of 2025.
It's so weird that I didn't notice whatsoever that they were in Boston.
Yeah, and then they've been around like other parts of like places not too far from Boston also. So like our good friend Throwback's been to a couple of shows.
Were they ever in Iowa? No.
Yeah, they were in Des Moines. I went to that show.
Des Moines. Yeah. Okay.
Des Moines, as we call it.
Des Moines, like I used to say.
Des
I'm
Moines.
so ashamed. Yes. Yeah, so hopefully Dynamite is heading to the AEW as whole is heading towards this trajectory, because it's WrestleMania week, and I couldn't help but remember, because last year's WrestleMania was so bittersweet for me because I was in the middle of all of my health crap, and I remember being so incredibly thankful that it all dialed down just for me to enjoy WrestleMania, and then it came back. But I was so grateful that it just gave me the time to enjoy the show without thinking of that. And then it automatically came back. I was so thankful for that. But I remember that after me enjoying the hell out of night one of WrestleMania, what we got was AEW saying, well, we're going to release the tape. And I was like, but that awesome show, man. Like, what about that? And I really, really hated that. And everything that, like, it was so awkward. And I was not a fan of that. And what they're doing this year is so much better, because, like, what's happening is WWE PR being whatever the hell this is. And while this is happening, I understand that probably the thing that happened was someone tackled Tony Khan to the ground and took his phone away. Because TK was like, I think he was about to, keyboard warrior something about everything. And I'm glad that whatever they decided to do was just put on a wonderful week of shows, and it showed, and they've been so good. And I hope that they learned from this experience, because this is what we want to see.
Yeah.
What we got afterwards was Ospreay versus Takeshita. Oh my God. I needed 2 consecutive cigarettes after that match. I didn't get them because I do not have cigarettes in me. This is how I tend to not smoke as much as I used to, and it's working. But oh my God, if I had any tobacco in me, I would have snorted that, because what the hell was that? It was so fucking good. Are you kidding me? Like, Takeshita and Will Ospreay are one of the people I want to see wrestle forever. I know that Fight Forever is basically one of the dumbest chants. I don't know. I hope that it's something good and amazing that wrestlers want to hear. I hope that it is. But like, it's low key stupid. The chant, it's low key
Eh,
stupid.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but oh my God, the match. It's probably one of my favorite Dynamite matches after Will Ospreay, after Kenny Omega and Pac, because I will always be biased when it comes to that. And also Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega, and Kenny
Oh,
Omega and MJF.
You're talking Grand Slam, right? That one? Or have they wrestled?
The 1 hour match.
Okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Was that Grand Slam?
That was
I
a
can't
Dynamite.
remember.
I feel like it was a Dynamite.
Oh, well, no, I mean, yeah, it was like AEW
Oh, Grand Slam.
Dynamite.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I really don't remember, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then to top it all off, they just had the Ops winning the Trios Championships from the Hurt Syndicate, and not only that, but Samoa Joe being
Yeah.
the one to choke out Moxley, which in my book, I will always advocate for the fact that Samoa Joe had to be the one to beat Brock Lesnar for the championship at Great Balls of Fire. He should have done that, and this was the right decision, and they made the wrong decision by Brock Lesnar beating him. I'm sorry for mentioning that guy two
No, it's
times in
okay.
the show. Yeah, I'm sorry, but
I just noticed this comment. That's a great thing about our show. We love wrestling in general. So if it's good stuff, we're going to talk about it. If it's bad stuff, we try not to talk about it much.
Well, no, when it's something silly and it's legitimately puzzling, I will rant about it.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing. Because I'm such a huge David Lynch fan, I enjoy the balance of everything, because for me, AEW currently has my favorite wrestlers. Kenny Omega's there, Will Ospreay is there, Mercedes is there. But WWE, I've been watching
Logan Paul's
WWE.
not in AEW.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Cut it out.
Never say that ever again. But like WWE, I've been watching since I was a little kid, and I will always try to find something incredible there. Also, Seth Rollins is there. AJ Styles is there. Becky Lynch is there. It's like because I've been to 2 AEW shows, and these are the only wrestling shows I've ever attended. The 2 All-Ins in London. And now I kind of feel like I need to see a WWE show. But it's not like I didn't have the opportunity when they were over over here in Europe. I didn't, because I had nothing to grasp onto.
Yeah. I get it.
That is it, and that's something that's really, really important to me. And sweetie, I feel like it's it was John Millard, right? Yeah, sweetie, John. I feel like the majority of Fightful shows aren't biased. I mean, we're allowed to have favorite shows, and we're allowed to have favorite wrestlers, and everything. Like, your your favorite wrestlers being on whatever show they want is something that Rob and I have always been rooting for. Like, we don't gatekeep promotions, we don't gatekeep wrestlers. We want what's best for the wrestlers themselves. So if one wrestler decides to join the other company, we were like, go get that money. Like, do whatever is best for your legacy, for your name, for whatever the hell you want to do with your life. Just you do you. We support the wrestlers. We tend to support the wrestlers and not the company, because the company makes weird PR decisions. Because of course,
This
like, yeah, and this week is totally, pointing that out. So WWE has that weird thing with PR and everything. And AEW, on the other hand, has that weird thing with Tony Khan and pressers and post shows and everything. Why am I listening to this, man? And you cannot, if this is what's bugging me sometimes about TK. TK can clearly say, I cannot comment on this time. I cannot say, I don't want to answer this question. He can say whatever the hell he wants, but like, he doesn't do that. And what he does is he rambles on for 15 minutes doing some mental gymnastics and everything besides answering the question. And that's my problem. And I'm like, why am I listening to a media call just to be professional and to be prepared for the show, while nothing newsworthy is being said on this media call? This is what's bugging me about, both companies had a lot of things that are bugging me, but like, we would much rather, fall in love with the wrestling itself and not,
the initials of a company.
Yeah, the initial. Thank you. That is an awesome way to express that. Having said that, the end of Dynamite this week was a love letter to WCW, and this is for the love of wrestling. This was what basically happened. So thank you, sweetie. That's I actually adore that, and what you said about us, and I consider that a huge compliment. Guys, reminder: we're about to talk about WrestleMania. Finally, I'm so sorry it took so long, but like, we love having Sean and Kate on the show, and I hope you guys appreciate that too. Please, reminder, please leave a like on the video, hit the thumbs up, and reminder, you can still send us a super chat or a humper chat if you want to talk about the WrestleMania card. Rob, do you want to?
Yeah, let's do it. So WrestleMania taking place tomorrow on April 19th and April 20th in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. And here we go. We got, I'm not going to do any, we don't really know the match order yet, but let's just go ahead and start with this one. This match will take place on Saturday. It is Rey Mysterio taking on the legend, El Grande Americano. El Grande Americano sounds like something I would order at Starbucks if I went to Starbucks.
By the way, listen, a European needs to say this, because you Americans suck when it comes to ruining amazing stuff that the other countries have invented. Americano is not a coffee. It's
I know.
soup. It is soup. You ruined the espresso by putting hot water in it. Shame on you. Americano sucks. You should drink an espresso. All of my Italian friends unite. What were you saying? The match. Yeah. Let's.
A lot of people. So my thing is with this match. I think that I think part of me thinks Rey Mysterio is going to win this because they're going to rip off the mask. But I think part of me thinks they need to keep it going with El Grande, because I really like this gimmick.
You don't think it's in bad taste?
I don't think so, but again, I don't. That's easy for me to say, because I don't find it. But I don't know if it's offensive to people, then that surely needs to be something that they need to stop, I guess. But if if people are offended by it, it's my own ignorance because I don't know why.
Well, no. I like I don't know if it's ignorance or not because like
I think it's more of a. This is the way I look at it. I think it's more of a like a in a way a tribute of sorts because they know how good these wrestlers, how good lucha wrestlers are. Could you look at the history of so many of them? And that's what he's like Chad originally said. He was going to go learn the art of it, but
the dark arts of lucha.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the way I look at it. But I've also, like, I lived in Texas, and I remember flipping channels, watching it when I was younger. So I've always enjoyed it. So maybe I'm just different. I don't know, but I like it. So, and plus I'm a Chad Gable mark, so I think that's part of it.
I know. I love Chad Gable so much. I feel like Ray. Yes.
He was at a concert 2 weeks ago in my town. Bob Dylan was here.
Okay.
And yeah, he was like basically 2 miles from me, like just outside of the sign. And what's funny is the time he took the picture, because I saw the photo on Instagram, I had to drive by him. Like I had to drive by him, like where he was outside. It's just so weird. Like and I don't even follow him on Instagram. My friend told me, who's a wrestling fan, and he said that he was there, and because he saw the picture on Instagram, and I had to go see it myself, and then I looked at the timing, and I'm like, Jesus, I had to drive by him. Like if he was there for more than a good 2 minutes, I had to drive by him. It's just kind of like small world type stuff.
Okay, you said this 3 times now, and you don't realize how it sounds.
Yeah, I guess not.
I had to drive by him.
Well, I'm saying like
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know. Like drive by. No, yeah, I get it now.
No.
It sounds bad in taste, but I meant it like in a aspect of like I would have had no idea in the first place that I drove by him. So that's 4 times now. But 4 times. So I'm gonna shut up now. We'll just move on. That was a great story, Ron.
I feel like this match is Ray wants to put over Talon, and he always wants to lose and stuff. But I feel like he should win here, and he should unmask Chad Gable, and then Chad Gable beats him as Chad Gable versus Ray. But here's the thing: that's one of these matches that WrestleMania should be the end of feuds and not the beginning. And I understand that they've been feuding for a while. But I do feel like this won't be the last match that they're going to have with each other.
The one thing is Rey Mysterio has a winning record at WrestleMania. He's won 8 of his 14. Let's see here, 8 of his 14 matches that he's competed at a WrestleMania.
Okay, so that's absolutely fine. And if El Grande Americano,
maybe it's 6. I don't know. So 8 wins, 6 losses. 8 wins. Okay.
So if Chad Gable wins, I will be incredibly happy because, man, so underrated. He should be one of the best people on that roster.
I have to. The clown says, say it once more and hit us with a spinner Rooney. Yeah, so I had to drive by Chad Gable. There you go.
See, this should have been a super chat because, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We adore you, clown. Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason. And I have no idea why these pay-per-views are 1,000 hours long. I have no idea. Sincerely.
Well, yeah. Let's move on. So I have El Grande. You have Mr.
I have
Mysterio.
Ray, but I'm hoping for
Okay. So hey, that's odd. It's like most time we're always like in agreement. And for NXT, we had some that weren't the same. So this is Jey Uso said this week that he hopes that he gets to open WrestleMania, and if that's the case, he will be taking on. Well, no matter what, he'll be taking on Gunther, the ring general. I think we'll be in agreement on this one. Maggie, I have Jey Uso winning because they just have all that momentum behind them. And
all the things that Triple H said, obviously.
yeah. Plus, that too. That helps.
You didn't tell me what Roman Reigns said.
Oh, Roman, he just pretty much Roman did a GQ article, they did a profile article on him, and he basically put over he basically put over Donald Trump, and that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And that's pretty much what it was. He said I would rather look up what he said because I don't want to get it wrong. But yeah, I mean, he put over Donald Trump is what he did. But he did say he was a registered Democrat, I believe, too. But that doesn't really matter. But anyways.
Then what the fuck?
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, okay. We're not gonna talk about politics here because the only thing I saw was the quote that Fightful had concerning CM Punk and the political stuff.
Yeah.
And this is what I quote tweeted, with the Fightful article. I just wanted to enjoy WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And then the comments in the quote tweets of that was like, hold my beer, shut the fuck up and listen. No, Jesus. Yeah, let's just move on because this is just fucking depressing. Yeah, Jey Uso versus Gunther. Okay, so listen up. I don't want anyone beating Gunther, and I'm extremely disappointed of the fact that Jey Uso will be walking out of WrestleMania as champion. And this isn't me downplaying Jey Uso. The guy is incredibly over with everyone. Every single time he comes out, it's a concert. And I've been to a lot of concerts, okay? And this is a concert. The crowd is losing their minds. And this is something that you need to be keeping your eye on. His merch is flying off the tables. People are doing their cardio in the middle of a wrestling show. This is the shit. This is the shit. This is the best cardio since the Yes movement. And because we don't have that anymore, then we have the Yeet movement. So, of course, if I were WWE, I was also gonna go with the exact same thing, putting the title on Jey Uso, because this is how you put asses into seats. Because apparently the people need to see Jey Uso. The people want to see Jey Uso. Both Jey and Gunther have put over this match way more than PR obviously did, because apparently what Triple H said, well, Jey Uso isn't a good wrestler, but we're gonna give him the title anyway because people are buying his merch. That is not a good look. And I hope that Jey Uso comes out in the middle of the WrestleMania card and breaks the throne with a sledgehammer. This is what I hope he does. A wink and a nod to Cody in AEW. This is what I hope he does. And while I don't 100% care for this match, I 100% am looking forward to the crowd erupting the moment Jey Uso wins the match. This is what I'm going to be looking forward to. And I am so sure that I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry because of that crowd reaction.
That's cool. That's the thing that I'm looking forward to, the reaction more than anything.
Crying. Yes, I'm looking forward to crying this weekend.
Well, but it's I know what you're saying. It's happy tears for you.
Yes.
So that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's okay. Nothing wrong with crying. But yeah, I think I've said it already a couple of times. I got Jey Uso winning this. Let's move on to our next match. The New Day taking on the War Raiders. The New Day will be winning their titles.
Yes, and I hate WWE for making me not care about this match.
Really, I'm looking forward to it.
I like they've done nothing for me to like. I'm looking forward to the match because it's New Day and War Raiders. I know that this is probably gonna be a hidden gem when it comes to WrestleMania matches, but they've done like nothing but a stare off.
Well, they had the match that I was at a couple weeks ago. They had a match, and that pretty much set up another match for them to have.
What was the match?
Well, the New Day versus War Raiders a couple weeks
How
ago.
did it end?
I want to say DQ, not Dairy Queen, but disqualification. But
Thank
yeah.
you for this clarification.
well, I
Rob.
wanted to make sure you knew because
I,
Dairy Queen sounds amazing right now. Some ice cream, good God! I just think that sounds really good.
yeah.
Fightful Select can report that ice cream sounds really good right now.
Yes, it does.
All right,
New Day.
Yeah. New Day. It's a new day. Yes, it is. All right. We have Jade Cargill taking on Naomi. This one's going to be fun, I think. I think this one's low-key underrated, not being talked about that much. Maybe it's just me, but I'm looking forward to it. I really don't know what direction they're going. I really don't.
I feel like this is the best build match towards WrestleMania. It has proper story. It has drama. It has emotion. Everything that we want out of a really, really personal match. And I feel like Naomi should win this one. I don't think that Jade should care about her being beaten or not, but like she's been pinned, right?
Jade?
Yeah,
She's
been
I don't
pinned
rem-
once.
Well, I know she's submitted, right? In that tag match, and did she submit by like she wasn't supposed to? I can't remember.
No, not this one. I know
Oh, okay.
what you were referring, but like she's been pinned, right? She lost. Was it a tag team match? I feel like it's a tag team match. I feel like she lost.
Yeah, she's lost, I believe. Yeah, she's
so-
lost. I know she has. I just can't remember who it was against.
Yeah. So it's
Yep, there we go.
because-
Thank you, Sean.
live pin here. Thank you, Sean. Yes, exactly. Live pin here. So it's like people would have no idea that Naomi was an incredibly good wrestler if they hadn't watched her when she was over at Impact, because of course she's incredibly athletic and she can do amazing stuff and like in the ring, but like I saw that she was an amazing wrestler when she was in Impact, and then she came back to WWE and
Yeah.
like it all kind of disappeared again. So I feel like they owe her that. A big WrestleMania match. Not a
Yeah.
tag thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I hope so. I like Jade, so we shall see. But I think Naomi gets the win right now. Actually, man, I'm kind of going back and forth on this one. I'm gonna go with Jade. Final answer: Jade Cargill wins.
Wow, we've
Yeah.
been so on different coasts.
I know,
here.
but I'm just going
Yeah.
this route. Sean Garner, thank you very much. He sent us a super chat that
Thanks,
says,
sweetie.
"Who would have been a better option to beat Gunther?"
I'm incredibly biased here. I'm so sorry for having the same answer every time someone asks me this question. Ilya Dragunov. For me, Ilya Dragunov and Gunther should be dancing forever and ever and ever in WWE. I wanted for him to be the only one to have Gunther/Walter's number every time, him being the only one. And for a while, he was the only one. And then Braun Breaker came along. And then Sami Zayn came along. And now this.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I mean, Ilya Dragunov, Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso.
Sheamus.
Sheamus, I
wanted Sheamus to beat him for the Intercontinental titles. What I wanted.
Thank you, Bonkers. I wanted Sheamus for a long time. I wanted this to be Sheamus because Gunther versus Sheamus. Oh my God, that match. Was it a WrestleMania match? I feel like it was.
Yeah, it was. I believe so. Yeah, it
Best
was.
match on the card. Best match on the card. Stole the show easily, and then they
did it. I don't remember.
I feel like it was a WrestleMania match.
It was a WrestleMania match. I just don't remember if it like. The thing is, I don't remember it being.
It could have been the best and probably the only way in which Sheamus would have been so incredibly over.
That's what it was. It was triple threat match. That's why I was like, I didn't.
Well, no, before that.
No, it was a triple threat match at WrestleMania 39 in LA. The one where Cody lost.
But like they've had a singles.
Yeah, they've had a singles match, but it wasn't at Mania.
Oh, was it in Saudi?
That I don't know.
I can't remember, but that match was absolutely a slapper. So this was probably the only way Sheamus would have been so incredibly over and win the Intercontinental Championship, the only championship that he still hasn't won, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. So Ilya Dragunov or Sheamus. I'm sorry. So like this.
All right. So, yeah. So we'll move on. Our next one, match you're looking forward to, Charlotte Flair challenging Mrs. Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. I think they gotta go with Tiffany Stratton. Will they? Probably not.
They have to. Come on. This was something that Cresta said on the prediction show with SP3 yesterday. She was like, the moment Tiffany mentioned the 0-3 comment, she lost the match. The moment she mentioned that. And I kind of hate that. I low-key agree with her that not for me. In my point of view, Tiffany should absolutely out-wrestle Charlotte because, Tiffany's the best. TV time. And then SP3 mentioned something else. Because Charlotte is one of the best in-ring competitors, correct? That's what I said.
Yeah.
But then SP3 said, we don't know this yet. The only thing that we know is that Charlotte Flair used to be one of the best in-ring competitors because we have no idea of knowing if this is still the case. So I know I'm kind of torn here. My head and my brain keep saying it's gonna be Charlotte because they're thinking straight, but my heart will always say Tiffany Stratton. And again, I will say this again. I am so ashamed of myself for looking forward to this match because I'm looking forward to, the dumpster fire potential in this. But it's one of those WrestleManias that has a lot of women's matches on the card, and I want them to get their shit straight and just put on a banger. That's what I want. I'm still gonna pick Tiffy because on. It's Tiffy. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
I see that now. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from on that, and I think we both have Tiffany. So there we go. We move on to another match. The
Lambert asks if Becky comes out after the match. I feel like Becky, if she comes back around this time, it's gonna be on the Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think they would. That's my opinion too. They would save her for the Raw after WrestleMania. But I do know that I know they would save something for Raw after Mania. I know that. But I also think they need to do something for Mania too, like if they're bringing somebody back, which maybe that's where they do with Rusev or Aleister Black or something like that's. But yeah, we move on to there we go. It was Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash in the Castle.
Clash at the Sandcastle.
Yep. Thank you, bunkers. Yeah, so we move on to our next match. The United States Championship match. LA Knight defending his title against Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is going to be your new champion, Maggie. It's easy for me to say because he needs to be, because that United States Championship, as much as I like LA Knight, he hasn't done anything for that title. And Jacob Fatu will at least, they'll put him on TV more, I think, and he'll have that title with him. And it's just a good stepping stone for him. And that's why they got to go with Jacob Fatu. The only way I could see Jacob not winning is if Solo Sikoa costs him. And I think that would be a drag.
There you go. There you go. But you remember we used to say that about LA Knight winning the US Championship. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So it's not a problem as to who does anything with the championship. It's about them actually booking the wrestlers that are holding the championship, as if I'm saying something new to you, because like it's been the case for a long time now. Again, it's not LA Knight's fault, obviously, but the thing is, what I want to say is they're acknowledging how much over Jacob Fatu is with the crowd, and that's why they're going to actually do something with him with the championship. But again, that is exactly the case with LA Knight, because LA Knight was incredibly beloved by the audience, and we were sure that they were going to book the championship, right? But they didn't. They absolutely didn't. So this is stupid.
Yeah, and I like what Ryan Lambert says. He says Jacob wins, but Chelsea Green comes out, calls him out, pins him. Chelsea becomes double U.S. champ.
That's it. That's the booking.
Let's go. Let's play. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yep.
You get a cookie for that.
Yeah,
you get a cookie for that.
I'm all for it. So we both have Jacob Fatu.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Wow. Let's hear you out.
Well, I want it to be Jacob Fatu, but I can see Solo Sikoa costing Jacob the championship, which will be incredibly stupid, because you can have Jacob win the championship and then turn his back on him and then have a feud for the championship.
Yeah.
But if he's like, "Oh, you're gonna have a championship before me," hell no.
I don't think so, Tim.
You can have that route. But the thing is, if I have to choose between Solo Sikoa appearing on WrestleMania costing Jacob Fatu the title, and Solo Sikoa appearing on WrestleMania facing Randy Orton, I'm gonna pick him costing Jacob Fatu.
Sure.
Damn it! I dropped my marker. Can you talk?
Yeah, I'll talk. So we'll move on to the main event here. The main event for night one, which has been obviously confirmed a couple weeks ago. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, triple threat match for Paul Heyman on a pole match is what it feels like. Maggie, a lot of people are predicting that Mr. Paul Heyman will be leaving WrestleMania with Seth Rollins. Do you find that to be the case?
Listen, I hope so. For what it's worth, Seth Rollins is the only one telling truth. to Paul Heyman. Like, he called him a scumbag. He said that he doesn't like him, while the other two douchebags are lying to Paul Heyman. Like, Roman Reigns left, like, this is something that Seth said. Roman Reigns left after losing at WrestleMania, and Paul Heyman was powerbombed on the announce table, and he almost died. And then Roman Reigns came back when it suited him, and like, he didn't care about whatever happened at the company with Paul Heyman whatsoever. CM Punk took his ball and went home for 7 years or whatever, or 9 years or 10 years, whatever you want to call it. And then he came back, and then he saved Paul Heyman just so he can have a favor.
Yeah.
And then what Seth said to Roman was that this isn't a favor. This is Paul Heyman choosing CM Punk. And Roman Reigns should ask himself why Paul Heyman is choosing CM Punk over Roman Reigns. So everyone pretty much hates Seth Rollins for telling no lies. And everyone
Where's the lie?
Yes, where's the lie? And everyone who's been watching our show for a while knows that I'm a Seth girly. And I kind of feel like Seth's the person that absolutely needs to win this match. It is also the 10-year anniversary of the heist. And what a wonderful heist it's going to be.
Happy anniversary!
You said the word, and it just automatically played. I didn't touch it.
And what a wonderful anniversary of the heist it will be if he pulls it off once again by leaving with Paul Heyman. Give me that. Give me that.
All right. So you have
Seth Rollins wins, hopefully. My God, I will fucking lose it if CM Punk wins this.
what if AJ Lee helps him win though? Then you'll be okay.
You will hear me scream.
Okay, but then you'll be okay with it.
Yeah. But by the way, in kayfabe, AJ Lee needs to be in the audience. And
I
they
would agree
need
with
to
that.
show- Yeah, in kayfabe, because this is his.
And
This
Larry.
is-
Larry needs to be there too.
No, he's gonna. My God, that poor dog. Well, he survived Kenny Omega. Like, you sure he's
Yeah.
survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
He
bet Kenny
survived
Omega.
Kenny Omega saving him.
Yeah.
So in kayfabe, AJ Lee absolutely needs to be in the audience because this is the most important match of her husband's career. If Omos dresses like AJ Lee, I'm gonna pay money to see that. Just
Yeah, that'd be kind of
FYI.
disturbing, but
but the thing is, if AJ leaves the audience, I don't care what happens for the rest of WrestleMania.
yeah,
I
you'd
just
be
want to see that
you'd be
woman.
at Cloud 9. You'd be on
Yeah.
Cloud 9.
I'm sorry, AJ. AJ,
right.
please go.
We are almost done. We are going to night 2 of our predictions.
What did you think of the match? You didn't say who wins.
Oh, you're right. I didn't. I like the thought process of Seth Rollins leaving with Paul Heyman. I think, however, that said, I think maybe it's just me. I think that's a little too like obvious, and like I just maybe it's not obvious, but I think they're going with CM Punk. I really do.
You go to hell. You
well.
go to hell and you die.
So, but I think they're going with CM Punk. I think he will win the title because
Boo.
the reason I say that is I think it's going to set up towards Punk versus Cena Summer.
Listen, this is the most non-coexisting WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know.
that we've
I don't know
ever
what the hell
had.
happened. Something's wrong. But yeah,
Night
we
two,
will.
Okay.
Yeah, we will move on to night 2 of WrestleMania, taking place on Sunday, April 20th, 420. So if you got your weed, you better smoke it, roll it up, light it up. I don't care. Just
It's also Jesus has died for your sins. Okay,
Yeah, you just rolling up
calm
for
down.
him.
Calm
Rolling,
down.
rolling up for him. He would
See me rolling.
white and nerdy. All right. Let's go on to night 2 here. Where are you? There you are, you magnificent bastard. Let's go with Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest in a Las Vegas street fight.
Sin City Street.
Sin City street fight, that's right. This match is going to be interesting because I think, as Sean said before he went off the air with us, he thinks that both these men have a chip on their shoulder, and I do agree with that. So I'm very curious to see what these guys do in the ring.
Yes.
I think both these guys would be fine, in my opinion. Both of these guys don't need a win, and they'll still be fine, in my opinion. That said, I think Drew McIntyre gets the victory here.
Justice for Drew. I'm sure that they're gonna have an amazing match that no one's talking about, but I feel like, again, they have a chip on their shoulder, just like Sean said, and I want people to be actually talking about this match after night 2 of WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre.
All right. This one we'll agree on, and we'll pretty much have the same reaction. Logan Paul, AJ Styles. What we want is AJ Styles more than anything. More than anything, we want AJ Styles to win this. But I think we both have the same feeling that
No. Don't even put it on the air. Okay? I will not be standing for it.
Okay.
Don't even put it out in the universe. Either say that AJ Styles is winning the match, or don't say anything at all, because the universe is listening. Okay,
AJ Styles wins. There you go.
Yes, AJ, please. This is stupid. Why am I watching fucking Logan Paul on my television, man? You want to call Charlotte Flair a nipple baby? This is a nipple baby.
Well, the thing is I mean, we both know that Logan Paul can wrestle. Like, we know that. It's just the fact that he's wrestling our favorite.
Athletic. He can wrestle. He's athletic.
He can wrestle. He can wrestle. He can. He can go.
He cannot.
And I know this because I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Some of these people will get that reference. You won't, but that's okay.
Okay, listen. He can execute his finisher. His new finisher looks amazing, by the way. It looks really good. You know, the DDT thing that he does. Really good. He can execute moves. Okay. Like his buckshot lariat, I don't like it at all. Like, just don't do it. Just don't do the buckshot lariat. But the thing is, listen, he can't sell for shit.
No, well, I'll give you that, but
he cannot sell for shit. And that is one of the most important parts of being a good wrestler.
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. It's just, I understand where you're coming from.
That's what I'm saying. He's athletic. And I will never take anything away from that. He's incredibly athletic. Dude is a monster. And like that dive that he did, to Roman Reigns on the announce table, like, come on. Like, what human being does that with, the selfie camera and it being on,
See, Greg proved my point right there.
Thank you, everyone talking about this, but I have no idea what that is.
It's a hotel chain. Or motel chain. Hotel, motel, whatever.
I know what it means. I don't know what it has to do with Logan Paul.
It doesn't have anything to do. I'm just talking shit. Speaking of great things, we have a super chat from our friend Cyclops is better than Wolverine. He says, I am ancient enough to understand that reference. LOL. Thank you, my friend.
I don't understand the reference.
It was a commercial, like, advertising campaign they did. Like, it was like, basically, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
It would basically be WWE PR this week saying,
Mhm.
I don't know anything about PR, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Or, like, I'm not a mechanic, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. And basically, you have no knowledge of really anything, but you just say you stayed there. It was an ad campaign that they did. It worked really well. Because people still kind of make jokes about it to this day, as you can tell. Well, I made a joke about it. but,
Cyclops, how old are you?
69. Out of respect.
Respectfully, 69.
So.
Jesus.
Okay, we will move on to our next El Macho. Ooh,
I pick AJ Styles.
okay, so we both have AJ Styles. That
Yes.
better be what happens. Damn it! Intercontinental Championship match, 4-way. Finn Balor taking on Penta, Jonathan Breaker, and Dom Mysterio. Because he has history of being in prison and he knows what it's like to live the tough life, I'm going with Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is going to be leaving Las Vegas with the title, Intercontinental title.
Listen, did you see what they have? They have
They have chicken tendies.
this. Listen up.
Okay.
Kate's not there. They have this plastic torso on the WrestleMania thing and you're given a chair and the torso looks like Dominic Mysterio and you hit it with a chair.
So like
They have this, and I'm jealous that I'm not there.
what the hell do they call those? Like pin. Oh, what the hell they call that?
Yeah, something dummy. I don't.
Ah.
I don't give a crap. But like they have that. So there's two ways this match can go on. Like, Finn Balor can cost Dominic Mysterio the match and win it himself.
Mm-hmm.
Or Dominic Mysterio can win regardless, because Finn's gonna cost a pin to Drew, whatever happens, because they've been teasing the dissension between those two. But like what can happen on the Raw after WrestleMania was Dominic Mysterio comes out with the Judgment Day. They do a whole celebration thing and whatnot. And then Finn Balor murders the guy.
Yeah.
He murders the guy. And I actually think that this is the route that they're going for.
So you think they're getting rid of? So you think they're not going to have Dom win?
No. They're gonna have Dom
Oh, okay,
win,
gotcha.
and then Finn Balor turns on him on the Raw after
Okay, gotcha.
WrestleMania.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They're not gonna turn Finn Balor face
No.
at all, because I see people speculating that, but I don't think that that's gonna be the case at all.
Yeah.
Also, for some reason, they cannot book Finn Balor to save their lives.
I know, it's unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate, man. So
Right.
yeah, but they're not doing anything else at all.
All right. So we got 3 more matches to go here. Whoops, get rid of that one. Go to our next one, the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez defending their tag team titles against Lyra, Valkyria, and Bailey. Do you think we'll see new champions?
No. I want to see new champions when it comes to the NXT Tag Team division. I want those championships to be on NXT. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I think the winner will be facing off whoever wins the contenders matchup. Maybe not this coming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, I think, and we'll see new champions there. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. I'm very curious to see who man, I wish the tag team, I wish they just had more like women's tag teams, because this,
They have enough of women's tag teams. They just don't book them.
well, that's the thing. Okay, that's how I should say it. I wish they booked them better, because the Secret Service is like my favorite thing going right now. I think it's amazing, but that's me.
It's so good.
It's easy to entertain me.
It's so easily entertainable. I mean, like, and they lost to two women. I adore Lyra and Bailey. I adore these two, but like,
This also, I think, happens.
it's like every one of those tag teams lost to a team that's not a tag team.
Yeah, that's true.
I know that both Bailey and Lyra are amazing wrestlers, but they're not. Even Natty and Maxine have been working together for a while. BFAB and Mitchin have been friends for a while. Bailey and Lyra just faced each other.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not a... The Secret Service needed to win that. And imagine the U.S. champion Chelsea and the tag team champions Alba and Piper.
Yep.
Would have been so good.
Yeah. So we both have Liv and Raquel retaining.
Yes.
Okie dokie, artichoke. We got 2 more matches to go here, I believe. We have the triple threat match. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair in a triple threat match with the champion Io Sky. Man, this match is a hard one for me to predict here, which is why I'll let you go first.
Thank you for throwing me under the bus.
You are welcome. I'm a
Thank
throw
you.
under the bus type person.
So I don't think Rhea Ripley is winning the championship, but I'm torn between Io and Bianca, because Bianca has had a streak on WrestleMania. But here's something that SP3 pointed out that I did not catch, which kudos to Sid for doing that. So the thing that she could have said, I've never been beaten at WrestleMania. But what she said on the microphone was that she was never pinned on WrestleMania. Why would you say that if that wasn't the case? So for me, that means that Bianca isn't winning the match. So my math, the Maggie math, shows that Io is walking out of WrestleMania as a champion, because
And that spells trouble for you. And
WrestleMania weekend.
yeah, that spells disaster for you at WrestleMania weekend in Las Vegas.
So it's I love Rhea, but I don't want Io to have such a short-lived title reign. Also, she's been an afterthought throughout this entire feud, and I hate that. And what a better way to prove that she's that good by having those two fucking bickering while the thing that's most important here is the champion and the championship. And that's me, and I'm gonna retain it. You do you. I'm gonna be the best wrestler in the women's division. That's what I think should be happening here. Also, I love you.
Cyclops sends us a super chat again. Thank you very much, Cyclops. He says, anyone but crybaby Rhea. She deserves nothing. LOL.
Cyclops is kind of right here. Kind of right. Because Rhea Ripley was such a sore loser when it came to this feud. And nothing she did made sense. So she came out, she signed the contract that she wasn't a part of, and then like what? So we can just sign contracts now?
Yep, I know.
If like that's not how we do it.
This
So
is
that's
how
why
we
I
do it.
said Cyclops is kind of right, because Wolverine is obviously better than Cyclops. But
Well, we just got a super chat from you. You trying to get to lose it, not get him back? Don't.
I adore Cyclops is better than Wolverine. He's been a supporter for Fightful in
No, I
years
know, but
now.
like you're talking, you said Wolverine was better, and I'm like, hey,
Yeah, I know, but that's like a personal preference.
yeah, and you got to keep those preferences aside when we're getting super chats.
Thank
I'm
you
joking.
for the super chat, sweetie.
Yeah. We move on to the main event, the granddaddy of them all. Will the boyhood dream come true? It's a big question. It's a question of the ages, Maggie. But we will find out because Cody Rhodes is defending his undisputed WWE Championship against John Cena. And the match is being presented to you by an ice cream company. I'm not going to say their name because they don't pay us.
An ice cream company.
Yeah, hell with them.
Okay.
They can pay us or they can, yeah, anyways.
Listen, send me all the chocolate brownie Ben and Jerry's. Just send it all to me. I hope
Ben and
that's
Jerry's.
not... Yeah, Ben and Jerry's. Yeah. What happens here is Cena murders Cody Rhodes, and we get to see the end of this incredibly boring title reign.
Really? All right. Yeah, I have John Cena winning the title. Like I said, we're going to have the summer of Cena and Punk. I believe we're going to get Cena versus Randy Orton. Yeah, it's just going to be a good summer of matches. I kind of curious to see if Cody takes some time off. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. We'll find out. I just know that I'm looking forward to WrestleMania because it's this weekend just kicks all kinds of ass, and it's just going to be a fun show. Maggie, tell everybody where they can find you.
We have one more super chat from Cyclops.
Oh, we do?
By the way.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
Oh, we also got spam in here, so let me get that first.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. Cyclops is better than Wolverine. Says Rhea lost and cried her way into this match. Yeah.
She did. You're absolutely correct here. Absolutely correct here. This is what happened.
So.
Guys, I hope you have a wonderful WrestleMania weekend. I need to finish one more day shift, and then we're off to the races. I'm going home, catching up on Stand and Deliver, and then catching up to all the other shows. Then waking up with my morning coffee and eggs, obviously, and watching Night 1 of WrestleMania.
Oh my God, eggs are, I guess they're expensive here.
Well, they're expensive everywhere during
Well, I
Easter.
know. I'm just
during Easter, but like they're the cheapest food I can buy with the small amount of money that I have right now. So like I'm eating eggs and bread right now. That's what I'm eating. So
all right.
Please, a reminder, guys, drop a like on the video, and please drop a comment below the video after it ends. It helps us out a lot with the algorithm. A cheap plug, and this is a selfish plug. Jeff Hawkins will be joining Sean for the WrestleMania post shows, and I adore Jeff Hawkins. Please tune in to the post shows. I promise you're gonna laugh your ass off. If you're not familiar with Jeff Hawkins, one of my favorites.
He's a good guy.
Guys, you can follow me on Twixter, X, Twitter, whatever you guys want to call it, at Maggie_IK, on Instagram at Maggie.IK, and on Blue Sky at Maggie-IK. The only reason I'm on Blue Sky is to follow Bryn's awesome food that she tags me in. Thank you, Bryn, for doing that. I adore you.
Guys, we appreciate you all so much, and we hope that you have a wonderful WrestleMania weekend. If by any chance you are in Las Vegas, just remember this advice
Joel
from the Oscar-winning 14-time Oscar-winning Oscar award-winning film, The Hangover. Remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for herpes. That shit will come back with you. Guys, you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on X. I'm also on Instagram at FightfulRob and on Threads at FightfulRob. I want to say thank you again for tuning in. This weekend, we got a busy slate of shows. We have, tonight, we have the SmackDown post show. We also have Grapsity tomorrow. We have the post show, WrestleMania post show, like Maggie said, with Jeff Hawkins and Sean Ross Sapp. Then there is also Miss Kate Fabe, who joined us earlier for Sour Graps over on Fightful Select. They'll be doing WrestleMania post show on that channel. They will also be doing a post show on night 2. And then on night 2 as well, you have Sean and Jeff back.
Stand and Deliver?
Oh yeah, Stand and Deliver. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Deliver.
They'll be there for that. Alex and Kate for that. They'll be there. So they're doing double duty tomorrow. And then Sunday, I don't know if they're doing it. I'm sure they are, but you'll have Wrestling Made Me Cry probably on this channel. I'm guessing they'll be doing the show. And then again, like I said, night 2, you have the post show. You also have the SmackDown post, I'm having a hard time. You have the WrestleMania night 2 post show, Sour Graps on Fightful Select. And then on Raw's post show, Sean will actually be joined by our pal Andrew Badella. Will be joining him. So
from Vegas?
No, he'll be. Well, that I don't know. I think Andrew's here in Minnesota still. I don't know.
He's on his way to Vegas.
Oh, he's on his way to Vegas. Okay, cool. Then yeah.
From what I saw, I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, he could be. I don't know. He's a traveler, so maybe he is. That's good. Cool.
Yeah, okay.
That's awesome. So yeah,
We
maybe
adore Andrew also.
Yeah, Andrew's a good dude. Yeah. So, guys, want to say again, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. This is the longest show we've ever done, and
Rob promised me that we will not go for 3 hours.
and I've never made that promise to a woman before. So there you go. Done. Bye-bye, everyone. See you later. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. You can check out all our previous episodes on your favorite podcast platforms or youtube.com/FightfulOverbooked.